Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Movies Are Real Best of 2019 festivities. I am your host for this journey of motion pictures that we are going to embark on. Strap in. Ryan Lance is here with me as well.
I am buckled in. That is similar to what you said. I'm going to talk about some movies.
I was thinking like a boat, but I don't know if a boat has seatbelts, so...
Definitely. When was the last time you were on a boat? Think about it.
2 years.
So. 2 years? Okay.
Oh, I didn't think of like a rich family at the lake boat. I just instantly
That's exactly what I was thinking.
just instantly thought pirate ship. It's like, no,
you're letting your aesthetic take over how the world actually works.
I forgot that real people have boats.
Yeah, that is the voice of Karrie Lyles, who is also with us here to discuss the motion pictures of 2019. Again, I don't know if I said my name because I realized I never say my name. I'm Jurge Cruz here. We are here to discuss the movies of 2019, the best, the bad ones, the disappointing ones.
The spooky ones.
The spooky ones. We here are going to, for each of our categories, we're going to choose 2 runners-up and 1 winner. Apologies, I guess, if your movie gets dunked on.
It will be. We will be dunking on each other's movies.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if it'll be that bad this year. I
feel like...
I don't think it's ever gotten bad, ever, actually.
I think
maybe the first year we did this format. How many years have we done? I don't even know anymore.
The arguing format? I think this will be our third.
I think the first one was rough.
I feel like the year when we didn't have the format
when it was just
rough.
the list.
Yeah.
Well, just looking back at that list, we're like, what the fuck were we doing?
Yeah.
Rogue One was on that list.
I know, right?
Hey, I like Rogue One.
I do too.
I think that was a George Cruise. And also it was early in it was fresh in our heads at that point.
And also I like Mads Mikkelsen like a whole lot. So
Yeah. We need reinforcements.
Give me my BB.
The first category we have today is Best Style. I would describe this category is that best swagger, best je ne sais quoi, best that thing in terms of aesthetic or like cinematography. This is very unbelievably subjective and unbelievably not defined. But I would like best style. It's got a thing. God damn it. This is the opposite of this category that Brian just put on here. This is the exact. This would just be best style with like if ours is best style with like 5 Ys. This would be the one Ryan just put at the end of this list as best style with just 1 Y.
Okay.
The nominees for best style are Climax, High Life, Under the Silver Lake, Knife Plus Heart, Her Smell, Art of Self-Defense, Uncut Gems, Bliss, Rocketman, One Cut of the Dead, In Fabric, Violence Voyager, Serenity, The Lighthouse, Us, Promare, Midsommar, and the one Ryan added at the end, 1917.
Hey, I'm a dad. What can I say? I love me some dad movies.
Oh, boy, howdy. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure. I hope none of us forgot anything here. This feels like a good list here. When I read down there, I didn't see anything. I had to look.
Nothing pointed out as a glaring omission, I feel.
Yeah, and so keep in mind, so thing we usually do here, a lot of this stuff is also shout-outs, so a lot of us here put some of our stuff that we know is not going to maybe be even top 5, and if we did a top 5, but we wanted to give it recognition because of it fits the category. 1917 is not on this list.
Aw, man.
Did you see that tweet from Ryan Johnson earlier today where he was talking about how he was like, they were at some award show and he said he was talking to Sam Mendes and he was like, yeah, he told me that they did actually shoot the movie all in one take and if anyone messed up, they had to go back to the beginning. They just had Benedict Cumberbatch in that room every day waiting for him to get there. He was there for 6 months.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's really good.
Ryan Johnson, love that guy.
Yeah, that's a good tweet. That's good. But yeah, 1917 is not going to make it on this list.
That is fair enough, my man.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, we got it, Doc. Karrie, since you have a phone, can you do the editing?
I'll be the editor.
We don't want the little clicky sounds to get on here.
Oh, that is a good point. You're right.
So I saw the trailer for Knife Plus Heart. I didn't realize I saw that before. That movie looks really fucking cool.
It's awesome.
It looks really, really cool. I have not seen it.
That was gonna be one. Most of these are a lot of the ones that I put on here are like weirdo movies that I know neither of you guys watched, but I enjoyed very much. But Knife Plus Heart is this lady who is a gay porn director,
right?
And there's a serial killer who be killing all her porn stars, and she's just trying to figure out what's going on. And it's like a giallo movie. It's like in that style of like the Italian murder films.
Oh, okay.
And but it's a French film, I believe, and it's just very pretty. There's a weird bird man with weird bird hands. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Check that out. It's on Shudder, I believe. If y'all have Shudder.
Okay.
It's very pretty.
But not top 3 though, you said?
No, probably not.
Okay, cool.
It's dank though.
You mentioned you had other stuff here that weird movies that you've not that we were taking off your movies.
Let's get this Karrie nonsense out here right away.
What you sounded like you had another one you wanted to maybe shout out.
We can talk about Bliss real quick. I think you guys might dig Bliss. It's a short little movie, and it's about this girl who is an artist, and she's got her agent and this gallery like down her neck waiting for her to finish the next big piece that she's working on, because they have given her like a $10,000 grant or something to finish this piece, and it's still not done, and she keeps doing lots of drugs and going out trying to get inspired. And then one night she goes out with her friend, and she ends up a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now she's a vampire.
Huh.
Now I'm interested.
And then she just goes on a bloodthirsty rampage. And also, like, while she blacks out and starts taking all these super intense drugs, like, one of them is called Bliss, and she blacks out and she'll wake up and part of her painting is done and she doesn't remember doing it. It's great. It's a fun movie. I don't know that it hangs, but the style of it just being her always driving around with all the different nightclubs and the colors, and her being blitzed out of her mind on Bliss. It's just great. And the painting that she ends up with is fantastic.
Okay. Already added it to my watch list.
Excellent. And there's some great gore in that movie too, if that's your kind of thing.
Ooh. But doesn't hang.
Nah.
Oh, that's a shame. Hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
Serenity certainly has a style.
As far as a film with a goal and capturing the essence of, if we're going to spoil Serenity, capturing the essence of a video game.
Yeah, AAA video game from 2000s. Serenity has it. It certainly feels like a David Cage thing.
A very stylish film.
What the hell is...
A lot of actors making great choices.
Who's the domestic abusive partner in that movie?
Jason Clarke.
Jason Clarke is doing some stuff in that movie. Boy, howdy.
Oh, what about Anne Hathaway saying daddy over and
Oh,
over again?
yeah. That was... Boy, did not pay her enough for that one, I can tell you that.
That's such a great movie.
Serenity's maybe not this category.
Let's just slowly delete that off the list. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna make a bold cut here.
Okay.
All right. Looking back, I don't think of Us as having a particular style that stands out to me.
I don't know about that.
Really?
I don't know if it's top. I think that one's too early to cut, but I think that all really comes through towards the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I just feel like for the most part it feels a lot like a kind of typical like home invasion kind of thing, and that doesn't discount like a lot of cool stuff does towards the end.
Sure.
But I feel like the style. When I think of best style,
it's not as stylish as Get Out.
I want something. Oh yeah, and also I want something that like has like this like vision for this world and like goes through it like all the way.
Yeah, it kind of puts it through the end there.
I'm really watching a movie, but for Us, you know, as like fantastic as it really is, I feel like in terms of style, in terms of like the look of it, it doesn't kill it as much as like a Get Out would. Compared to some other stuff.
You know, Karrie, how do you feel? I'm looking at some stuff here.
I think I agree with Ryan.
It could be top 5, maybe.
I like how like, I I agree with Brian. I've heard that a lot in my life. I'll tell you what.
I was like, I see what he's saying, and I really
like that ending music and that whole stuff. With the ballet is great.
Yeah, the style of the like underworld place, and that sequence of it showing the two different worlds juxtaposed with each other.
I enjoy its carnival open better than It Chapter 2.
I need to add It Chapter 2 for best style.
I mean, honestly, that movie's got some style. I don't know if we want to like add it and cut it now, but like
let's do it right now.
It's got
great style. Let's cut it.
The creature design's cool as hell. It's cool.
But no, yeah.
I think we could cut us, I guess, yeah. I do really love the ending stuff in that. It's so goddamn good.
I feel like if the whole thing kind of kept that, maybe, but it just didn't.
Is Elizabeth Moss in that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the white
wife.
Yeah. Who's married to fucking, what's his goddamn... Tim Heidecker.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Weird.
They only got him because when the creatures have to start making weird noises, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. He's got this in the bag.
All right, Karrie, what would you say is the next Karrie movie that you...
I mean, I was going to go for In Fabric.
In Fabric? Yeah, you also watched this.
Yeah.
I didn't. I've been curious about this.
I think it styles the thing I walked away from. It's fucking very striking. It is funny. It finds a way to use its very stylistic, very weird ass movie, very fucking niche horror, and find comedy out of it.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
It just feels like a haunted department store commercial the entire time.
I gotta watch this movie so bad.
It's a great aesthetic movie.
Yeah.
But I also don't love the movie that much. I like the style. The style is that movie for me.
But when it comes to the movie as itself, it doesn't. The style doesn't hold up.
And the style is so good that it overcomes everything else in it. It's not gonna be.
You don't like that.
It's not gonna be top 3.
You hate to see it.
Hate to see it. Some would say you hate to see it.
What is Violence Voyager again?
Okay,
I don't remember.
I was gonna go with that one.
I remember us talking about this on the podcast.
It's this movie that I found on Amazon. And it's about these. Basically, the whole movie is paper cutout puppets, and they're just going around, and they find this weird theme park type thing where it's like a shooting range, but then they get captured, and there's alien creatures there, like using them for experiments or being fed to the aliens, and it's just. I really like the presentation of it because it's all paper dolls, and then there's also random goo, like there's alien goo that gets thrown on the paper dolls.
This fucking
and
movie.
It's awesome.
Holy shit, this looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, that movie's it's really dope.
Huh.
Yeah, I just found it on because I saw that poster with all the there's like a poster with a bunch of weird jacked up,
look this one up, folks.
Dudes.
It's fucking wild.
It's very striking, and it's not the best movie, but it's really fun to watch, and it's just the style's really fucking cool.
So, Karrie, would that movie in your none of us are here, just you? Would that make top 3?
No.
Okay, because that looked cool. If you felt passionate for it, then I
don't feel passionate about it, but that's a definite shout.
That looks cool as hell.
It's a fun movie. It's cool and it's gross.
Man, I think the cinematography and the camera work done and everything about Her Smell is excellent. I don't think it's gonna.
Ooh, really? Because
it's fucking great.
I like Her Smell a lot, but you guys love it.
It's fucking fantastic.
So I'm not gonna touch this one because I feel like this is really like a you guys kind of thing.
It's also it's weird because it's Elizabeth Moss carries, and this is maybe a little bit much, but the amount she just fucking. Her back is in pain for how much she's lifting that movie up because it's a performance movie. I don't know if it's top 3. You think?
I think Her Smell is one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yes, but it was number 1 for me for the longest time.
I think it is a really, really good example of something capturing anxiety incarnate in a film, and it does through its
that and Uncut Gems.
Yeah, through its score and the fucking camera moving all over the place. I feel like her smell has a lot of style.
Especially because that movie really is like 6 scenes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6 scenes, and they just like feel like an eternity because they're so goddamn tense.
You're just like, please,
Yeah.
please.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
But you want to cut it, George.
I mean, I'd cut High Life before it, but I guess it doesn't matter what order we cut these. But yes, I'd cut her smell, I think.
All right, now since you just grossly insulted High Life, tell me what's your problem with it.
High Life
Actually, is your problem.
I think that movie sucks, but it's been so long I haven't thought about it that
Think
long.
about all the spunk. When was the last time you've
Think
seen
about
that
all
much spunk
the
in a
jism.
movie? Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you, if ranking movies with jism in it, I put in Fabric back High Life.
I can't put In Fabric on my watch list twice, George. Come on. I will say, High Life, some of my favorites.
It's got some great stuff
When
in
Mia
it.
Goth got eaten up in that star
Oh my God,
or black
that was
hole,
so
that
That
amazing.
was awesome.
That was
That
great.
was cool. I forgot about
It's
that
also
part.
something that she would just do, like, out of boredom. I feel,
I'm gonna yeet myself in the face.
and be, atomized by a star. It's great. Yeah.
That was a great moment. I did like that a
Yeah.
whole lot.
That's the style that shouts out to me. But
I like the fuck box.
Who doesn't really?
Who doesn't love a good fuck box?
But since George is a hater, I guess I'll remove High Life from our list.
All right, so I'm gonna read our list right now as it stands. We got Climax, Under the Silver Lake, Art of Self-Defense, Uncut Gems, Rocketman, One Cut of the Dead, The Lighthouse, Promare, and Midsommar. I feel like every year we've had like one animated movie that's fucking been so cool, and it's always an awkward one to walk the line. We didn't do this style back in 2016 when Your Name came out, but I feel like a lot of times I don't feel great about putting because it's almost undeniable and unfair in terms of style over like real human fucking movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
you can manipulate it more.
Yeah, and I think Promare is fucking stylish. That movie is at every single frame, that movie has the bright fucking colors of the trans flag. Every single scene. And it looks fucking gorgeous. Just light blues and pinks and oranges. And it's wonderful. And I love it. It's great. But it doesn't.
You think it's unfair? Is that?
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know. I feel because I don't know. I don't remember what we said for Night a Short Walk On, Girl. I don't remember how we landed on that one. Yeah, I don't remember either. Because we didn't do. Because I said if Your Name came out this year, that would be on the list. I can't deny it, even though if it's an animated movie, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know what we did for Spider-Man last year either.
Spider-Man won.
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man won
Yeah.
because no other movie.
No, our top 3 was Spider-Man, Mandy, and Suspiria. I
Okay,
remember.
that's a good list.
It was the 3
That's a
of
good
us
list.
incarnate. I remember that moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still don't know about.
Do you want to cut it now? Or do you
We'll
want to
keep it around, but I don't know.
I'm gonna make another bold cut here.
Okay.
Looking back on, I think I like Midsommar more than I did when I first.
I mean,
watched
style is certainly the thing I can't deny about that movie.
I can, but I totally agree. But I'm looking at this list and some other stuff that I really like the style, and I feel like Midsommar doesn't pull it off as much. It certainly does some stuff, I will say.
I love the opening of that movie.
Opening of the movie is
really good.
Great. A lot of the more culty stuff.
Yeah.
Is great.
The part where things go bad is really good.
Really bad.
The way that's shot is very good.
But I'm just looking at this list and I'm not feeling top 3 on that.
I don't know.
And I hate to say it, but that's what I'm feeling right now. How do you guys feel?
So let's be honest with ourselves. I'm assuming, knowing the people in this room, the Lighthouse is on this list, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will remove you from my apartment if you try to take it off of the top
Okay,
3.
so I know that.
Okay.
I don't know where I was going with that. I was just knowing where we're at. Just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to cut Midsommar. Midsummer's not going to go very far. Maybe there's a category it might land on.
It might.
But
Would love to
it's
see
not
it.
a positive one. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. If you want to make
Okay, Karrie, what's your passion for Climax?
I have not finished Climax because I did not like it.
Okay.
Right, well, you could talk about the style a little bit. You said you watched until the pregnant girl started trying to abort her own baby and started cutting herself, right?
Yeah, and then they started beating her up. Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Can't believe I would not be into that.
Yeah, what, are you some kind of sissy?
You know what? Yeah, I am. No, but style, yes. I feel like this is a very her-smell type of style because it's all very close and anxious as all hell.
Yeah.
And there's so much stuff going around. Every take is like 16 minutes.
Yeah.
It's
1917 ain't got shit.
That's true. That is true.
World War I, have you tried drinking laced punch and dancing all night?
Yeah. Oh, and all that like choreographed stuff that they did
So
in one
fucking
take.
good.
It's so
Holy
good.
fuck.
I really am disappointed how much I hate that movie.
You don't know that you hate it.
That's
you stopped
true.
watching.
I'm sorry that I was grossed out by them beating up a pregnant lady who was already cutting herself.
What's your problem?
I have a lot of
Are you trying to
problems,
harsh
okay?
my vibe?
Yes, you know what? Yes, I will say that. I'll say it's a little gross.
Well, I guess from what I've seen of Climax,
I think for a moral standpoint, we should remove it from the
We
list.
should not support Climax.
Yes, I'm
But
glad.
it's a good movie.
is that I feel like temperature in the room because okay, here's the thing. I like Art of Self-Defense. I don't think it makes this list.
I can allow you to do that
Okay.
because I rewatched that recently. It's still great. The
It's a good
belt
movie.
joke killed me just as much as it did
Very
last
good.
time. It's so good.
Great movie.
It certainly does have a cool style to it, but watching it again, I feel like the style is more of like in the pacing and
Yes.
the delivery of everything,
Yes.
not necessarily the visual look of it all. The visual look of it all is great. I love that. But if we
Good dog in that movie.
if we had a category for best comedic timing, I would
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
I
definitely.
would say that. But if you would like to remove Art of Self-Defense, I will let you do that. But you have to be the one who does it.
Okay,
You
sure.
have to remove from the
you
list.
have to do it with your own two hands.
Yes, you have to do it. All right, you
Come on.
did it. All right, can I please remove Midsommar now?
All right. No.
Okay, fine.
Alright, I was gonna say I'll remove Climax, but I don't know if I'm ready to remove Climax.
What is One Cut of the Dead? I can't.
That is another Shudder movie. Oh no! And it's I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. So the whole setup of this film is that it's this guy who is hired to direct this project for this TV network that is a live one-take zombie film. And the first 30 minutes or so of One Cut of the Dead are the zombie film. And then the rest of the movie, and then it like jumps to 6 months earlier or whatever, and you see everything that goes into the making of it and everything that all the decisions that he has to make and stuff that goes wrong. And like while you're watching the beginning, there's stuff that's kind of weird and off, and you're like, why is it like that? And so then it goes back, and it's a very, very, very cool gimmick, and I had not ever seen anything done like that before, and I think it's definitely worth checking out.
This has been a big Letterboxd movie, I've noticed.
Yes.
Very highly rated, so I've been actually wanting to watch this on your Shudder account with you at some point.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's really
You
good.
busy tonight?
No.
Oh, cool.
No, yeah, we can watch that. But yeah, I think it's unfortunately to describe its style and why I think it has a place, maybe not in the top 3 but on this list. I kind of had to spoil the gimmick a little bit, but I think it makes it a really cool experience to watch if you don't know it, but if you do know it, it'll still be fun. But it's a really cool movie, and it's like, I don't know how much this fits into the style category, what I'm about to say, but I don't know if it's going to come up in any other categories, but it's got a lot of heart, and it's a really emotional watch too, and it's just a good movie. It's not a zombie movie, so it's a movie about making zombie movies, and it's cool, and I love it.
Okay. Are we cutting it though?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
I'll let you do that, Karrie.
You'll let me cut the movie I
Yeah.
put on the list.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right. Can I remove Midsommar now?
I mean,
let's talk about Under the Silver Lake for a little bit.
yeah. So here's the thing. That was the one other movie I felt like I needed to watch apart from Marriage Story, for these discussions, and I didn't watch it because it's so divisive. I felt like I was not gonna like it, so I did not see it.
I could see that.
I kind of feel like you wouldn't like it,
Yeah.
and I don't mean that any kind of way.
No,
I just
sure.
don't think you would. I feel like you would just watch it and be like, "This fuck boy, greaseball, Andrew Garfield, motherfucker."
It is. Yeah, it is. It really is. It's so weird. You wouldn't think that this would be like what comes after the It Follows guy.
Yeah.
But it retains like a unique sense of style, very like, that like Hollywood mystery, old school kind of thing, and
Hollywood conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And I think it does a lot of stuff too, because it's got him with his weird conspiracy theories, but then there's all the weird like semi-horror elements.
Yeah, his like weird nightmare.
Yeah,
things.
that are like really effective.
Oh yeah,
and
the one that always like comes to my mind, like I think it's it might be the first one, but like the body like kind of like
yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that part
and freaked me the hell out.
Yeah, it's really good, and all the animated stuff too in it with the because there's a graphic novel that he finds about the dog killer. Mm-hmm. And so there's just a lot of different stuff going on in this movie. It's very, very jam-packed with weird stuff. And it's one of those man on an ambling journey trying to figure this weirdo shit out movies, and that's fun as well. It kind of made me think of Eyes Wide Shut a little bit.
Interesting.
Just in the way of him with a goal in mind, and he just keeps going from weird place to weird place, trying to achieve
It's probably been, because I think I watched Under the Silver Lake last January, and hate to spoil it, but that is when we were recording this. So it's been a year, so I'm losing track of a lot of what made it so stylish. I remember it being that, and that's what I liked about it, but if we had to cut it...
I mean, I'm not saying we have to, I just don't know where the passion, if the passion is there for it, if it's the top three.
Let me look at the rest of these. I feel more passionate about the style of Under the Silver Lake than I do about the style of Climax.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I think
Climax is fucking fantastic, and it's got a bit, and it goes for that bit, and it nails that bit of being nightmare acid trip movie of like unbridled dancing chaos. It's great, but I like Under the Silver Lake a lot more.
Okay. Cool. So our list so far is Under the Silver Lake, Uncut Gems, Rocketman, Lighthouse, Promare, Midsommar. Rocketman.
Rocketman, yeah.
I wasn't able to see it. I'm sorry.
Also not able to see
it. Looks great.
My goodness.
It looks really good.
Can I just set that down? I want to have a real heart-to-heart
Sure,
with you guys about how fucking pissed I am that Rami goddamn Malek won for Bohemian Rhapsody, and Taron Egerton didn't even get nominated. What the fuck?
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
So sad. Rocketman is so much better than Bohemian Rhapsody. It's so good.
It looks fantastic.
Anger.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
What do you think is going to be... Sorry to get off topic. What do you think is going to be the Bohemian Rhapsody best
The
moment
2020
of 2020? No.
Oh, of the new...
You mean the
this coming
biopic?
year?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean...
Shout out to Judy. Actually got some stuff. I didn't see that coming.
Well,
What was even the biopics that got nominated? I don't even remember.
Well, Judy.
Judy
Harriet, I think, got nominated for something.
best song.
Best song. Oh, yeah, which is weird. You wouldn't expect Movie about Harriet Tubman to have one of the best original songs. But, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Mr. Rogers movie? I guess, if that counts.
Yeah, I don't know.
It makes sense.
But yeah, what is it that...
I feel like we got a Bob Ross movie coming soon.
So where does the style...
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
yes, 100%. 100%.
So it's gonna be Tom Hanks as well.
Karrie, I think, cut to, a year from now, because I can't believe we called that.
So where does the style in Rocketman? Is it just, all... obviously, I assume the costume design is...
Oh, my God. The big sweeping musical numbers. There's a lot of surreal choices. All the beats are so emotional. I'm thinking of one scene specifically. I can't remember what song it is. I think it's Crocodile Rock. Is that the one that's like, na, 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 na. That song, the scene of him performing it the first time at the one club, and he's playing it on the piano, and there's this thing that I love in musicals whenever it happens, and it's him playing, and everyone in the audience is like getting into it, and then there's this moment where the music kind of drops and gets more airy and distant, and everyone in the audience starts like floating, and it's like this beautiful moment of him being like, yes, I found my place, and then they all on the beat, everyone drops like boosh, la 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 la, and I was like, this is fucking
Sounds
amazing.
good.
It's really good.
I
don't know if it hangs, but
I mean, I like the passion and I want to see it. I think we can cut Midsommar now.
Thank you. I will get
Ryan's
that
just
right
been hovering,
away.
waiting.
No,
you cut Promare.
No, I didn't. It's fine.
Midsommar.
All right, so Uncut Gems is going to be mentioned a lot in these discussions, unlike some award shows.
It's what it deserves.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems has fucking swagger for days.
Yeah. I think it has the most swagger.
It is the most
any
swagger
film we
of any
watched last
movie.
year.
It is fantastic. It is incredible. It's got an energy to it.
I feel like a butt's coming. I
don't know. What if we cut Uncut? I just don't know where the...
I don't want to cut Uncut Gems.
Okay.
Honestly, from what...
Style-wise, I would rather cut Under the Silver Lake or Rocketman than Uncut Gems.
I mean, I feel like the passion for Rocketman.
Let me tell you how I'm feeling right now. I gotta keep the Lighthouse. Like,
Well,
no doubt. But Karrie, you're really selling me on Rocketman, and I've heard the same thing from a lot of people. So I could see that making top 3, and then it's just left on like what I would want to be the other one.
And you're not that hot on Uncut Gems.
Not that hot on Uncut Gems. It has nothing to do with the quality of the movie.
It's just everything to do with the amount of basketball.
Thank you, Karrie. You get me more than anyone in this room. But in terms of style, I'm just feeling more of like a Promare. And again, that might be not fair. But that's just.
But the third spot is kind of up in the air for you.
Third spot's up in the air. I think my 2 are gonna be Rocketman movie. I have not seen.
I appreciate the passion for
Letterboxd.
Rocketman, and I can see it here.
And Lighthouse, I mean, it's gonna win. So
Okay, so here's the thing: I have not seen Good Time. Is the style of Uncut Gems inherently a little bit less impressive in terms of when you look at the filmography of the Safdie brothers? As someone who hasn't seen it,
I would say that Good Time falls a lot more in this category if we're thinking of just like some of our big checkmark things, like neon lights, weirdo stuff, and like I think Good Time has a lot more of that. But I think it's hard because Good Time, I don't know, because I feel like Good Time aesthetically I like more, just aesthetically, but like if we're talking about all-encompassing style-wise, like
so maybe it's not fair to compare them.
This movie has a presence. I'd say that Uncut Gems is more.
Okay, so it sounds like they're a little bit different movies in terms of that.
Like style. They have similar characters, and the characters kind of go on a similar journey with similar goals, but I would say they're pretty different.
I think I want to cut Under the Silver Lake. I feel like that's what we're feeling here. If I'm reading the room right. It's been too long. I just have no like. It's hard for me to like argue it right now. And I'm looking at like even like we have Uncut Gems, Rocketman, Lighthouse, and Promare, and like that's all very solid.
Right.
So what are we cutting here?
It's tough.
We have to cut one.
Again, I'm not. I didn't even think Promare would make it this far. But when I think of I love Uncut Gems, it has a style. Maybe I should have typed up style so I could always keep thinking about it.
Yeah, that's Uncut Gems.
You say styles if like there's an X in there, but like there can't be. But like, this is up to you guys because I
hate to be this. I hate to be this Academy ass style where they give a fucking movie Best Director because it's not gonna get Best Motion Picture. It's the silver medal. Because I know Uncut Gems, we're gonna talk about it a lot more. I don't know. I guess I'd put Promare.
Karrie, where's your vote at?
As for what?
I guess it's because you haven't seen Promare, so it's like
I have no idea.
Oh wow.
But
would you be upset if we cut Uncut Gems
for Best Style?
For Best Style. Is that something you could argue?
I feel like it would.
It feels weird. I know.
Gotta make a decision, folks. Because the Lighthouse is winning. We all know this.
Yeah, and I know that too.
I'm thinking about Elton John, and I'm thinking about Howie.
Let me talk about why the Lighthouse is the winner real quick until we find out. No movie will ever look as great as the Lighthouse.
That's true. And they didn't even use any color.
There's no colors. It's just bright lights. It's just like this like washed out insanity. It's an Instagram ass movie, and I love every moment of it. I think the style just builds and gets more crazy as it goes on. When it does like the more like supernatural stuff.
If Wes Anderson was going through it.
The ending part where Robert Pattinson is just screaming and covered in blood.
That's my favorite part of the entire movie. Is he covered in blood?
He's covered in some
black and white ass movie. I thought it was either blood or like oil.
It doesn't matter in the end, really.
It's cool.
I think he just got done killing a guy, so I feel like it's probably blood.
He does get a big splat, but yeah. No.
I don't think I'd put Rocketman against Uncut Gems and it's weird again because it sucks that Uncut Gems is not so loud in terms of visual style because I know Rocketman does a lot more with visual style. I know, I've seen it, and I know that.
I think the Uncut Gems trailer has more style than the movie. If we had best trailer,
now I'm remembering the fucking blacklight nightclub scene in Uncut Gems, and that's really cool.
It is cool.
Stanfield with his.
I don't know. It's like a nightclub.
Yeah.
Okay, George, you're the only one here who's seen Promare, so I'm gonna make you make this decision.
Again, like I said, I think I'm making the fucking best director, best motion picture. Like Promare is not gonna get anything else in these awards. I really like Promare. I think what it does is exceptional. I had no idea going into that movie what I was getting into. I think it's my out of the stuff that studio has done, it is my favorite in terms of visual style. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it's beautiful and bright. And I like Uncut Gems, but yeah, I'm sorry.
I think I agree.
Yeah,
because like Uncut Gems is gonna have its day in the sun.
Yes.
In the rest of these, so I'm cutting Uncut Gems. I'm cutting the gem, and I mean you can't have fucking Elton John and not give him best style.
Yeah, that's true.
And I see that you've already marked the Lighthouse.
Yeah, Lighthouse. I get it. I get it.
I agree.
All right, so winner of best style is the Lighthouse with runner-ups Rocketman and Promare. I did not expect Promare to make it that far.
Promare.
Yeah.
You tried to cut that early, too.
Yeah, I did, but I don't know.
Man.
All right, well, that's best style. We're moving on along to maybe the easiest to get nominated category. Best horror, which the title implies that this is the best horror movie, but we just throw out every horror movie is eligible.
I restrained myself.
The nominees for best horror are The Lighthouse, Doctor Sleep, Us, It Chapter 2, Annabelle Comes Home, Greta, I guess, Serenity, Cats, The Gallows Part 2, Crawl, Ma, Happy Death Day to You, I Trapped the Devil, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, The Curse of La Llorona.
What?
Apologies, it's The Gallows Act 2, that's my bad.
Thank you.
And In the Tall Grass. The Banana Splits movie, not making it here, I guess?
I guess not.
Okay.
I scrolled down to the bottom of my yearly list to make sure there's nothing we forgot. We didn't put the new Chucky movie on here.
I didn't see.
Who cares?
And Ryan, what about the part where he's like, white man in a watermelon patch, how poetic.
Oof. I haven't seen it, so boy howdy.
Fuck that movie.
What about Velvet Buzzsaw?
Oh, that's true. That movie, you know what? As not great as the movie is, it has some pretty interesting stuff going on.
It has Jake Gyllenhaal and Toni Collette.
That is true. Not a lot of movies can say that.
Is there anything else we missed?
Yeah, there's just some other random bullshit that only I saw.
Pet Sematary?
No.
Pet Sematary? Yeah, no. But first off, I feel like The Curse of La Llorona. I have not seen it.
That movie sucks ass.
It comes to HBO on the 30th of this month, and I am so thrilled to watch it.
Okay, I'll watch it with you.
I have no idea why, because I hate The
Oh,
Conjuring.
Ryan,
universe.
should Escape Room be on this list?
That's not really that feels more like a thriller. I
It
feel.
was marketed like a horror movie, though.
Yeah, it was. So it was entertaining. I'll say.
No.
Yeah, but you know.
Well, out of 94 films on my list that I saw from last year, The Curse of La Llorona is number 93. The movie is bad.
Thrilled.
In the Tall Grass is my worst movie of the year. That movie sucks
What
shit.
a nice life you lead. You didn't see anything worse than In the Tall Grass. God damn.
I feel like you didn't watch Tall Girl.
You were Once Upon a Time in Hollywood underneath in the
underneath
Tall
Tall
Grass, so...
Some of us had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as their worst movie of the year until Cats 2019 came out.
And Crawl's kind of just meh, honestly. It's not, it's just kind of...
Honestly, I'm all I remember from Crawl is
the ending.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah,
Funny stuff there.
Crawl is fine.
Is Serenity a horror movie?
I think it's horrifying for the actors. Because, like, somehow they agreed to that.
Haven't you ever been on a boat with
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey?
McConaughey? That's scary.
That's terrifying.
Was the boat called Serenity? What
Yes.
was
Yeah, I think so.
And also
Yeah.
the video game?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I ever got to
I,
learn.
guys, I guess it's time
Serenity.exe?
to rewatch Serenity. We're
Is
missing all the... Yes.
Aw.
I can't wait for... I don't know if the podcast knows this canon about how when I had a birthday party and had...
No, because we didn't see Serenity when it came out.
Yeah, no. I had a birthday party where I invited like 12 or 13 people over under the guise of we're going to watch a mystery film, and I made everyone watch Serenity, and it was magical.
And I walked into the middle of it, and I was kind of bummed out that,
But, no, yeah.
Greta's not really a horror movie.
No.
It's something. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't know what Greta is. Greta is, I think, what we were going to do as our bit. We're going to nominate Greta for everything.
But then some other movies came out.
The most Greta film of 2019.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark sucks.
Like, it's not very good, but it has moments.
It's got sounds.
No! Remember how that movie, at the end, when the movie was ending, they're just like, we'll solve this somehow, and then the movie ends. It's like, we don't know how to end this. What if we don't?
Yeah, that movie's whatever. It's
like-
very direct to TV.
Yeah. I like the Scarecrow part. The Scarecrow part's fun.
Yeah.
Carrie,
Not the Pro Jared part.
Carrie, I was listening to a podcast, and one of the members on that listed I Trust the Devil as one of their favorite horror movies of the year. You have seen this.
Good, yeah. The way that it's done is, like, there's some genuinely unsettling parts of it, like that people will approach the door and hear, like, disconcerting whispers from the other side of it, and it's a really subtle movie, and it's got an atmosphere to it, and it's really cool. And the director's a cool dude.
Okay. So does that stick around then for now? Okay.
I'll keep it for a while.
Okay.
Let me talk about how much I hate Happy Death Day to You.
Ah, fuck you guys! God damn it! Here we go again. Happy Death Day to You is good.
I liked Happy Death Day.
God damn it!
Don't yell at me.
I'm just saying we did it the first one dirty back in 2017.
Wow, you've been holding this in.
God damn it! It's good. It's fine.
It's fine.
They're good. They're good companion movies. You don't see that a lot. I don't know. Whatever.
I like the part with the trombone.
Yeah. It's a weird concept that they put together to... I think a lot of people don't like these movies. Like, it's not just Ryan. I know people really don't like these movies. I think they're fun.
God, Ryan.
Yeah, that's true. You got a point there.
What you think's a better horror movie, Ryan? The Lighthouse?
Yes! Yeah, what do you mean? Yes, of course I do.
Okay.
If this was my list, it'd be in the top 3. But I also think Happy Death Day 1 is better than Happy Death Day to You.
I also forgot that Happy Death Day to You came out last year.
So we're cutting it, right?
Yeah, but also cut fucking Cats, god damn it.
Why, excuse me, that is one of the most horrifying films I've ever
George,
seen. I don't think you understand.
genuinely don't understand. Like the terror you feel. Like, imagine like a waking nightmare.
Imagine 30 seconds into the movie, me and Ryan turning to each other and going, "Oh no."
Yeah. We and Karrie thrilled, like, oh, we're finally watching Cats, and then like, oh no, we're watching
The movie
Cats.
starts instantly, and the first like sounds come out of the speakers, and Ryan just plugs his ears immediately. It sounded so bad. It's like this movie assaults every single one of your senses.
George, I'll be honest, I am keeping Cats on this list until
This is not a bit.
This is not a bit.
God damn it.
George, no, like, you genuinely did not understand. Like, is it a horror movie?
No.
Maybe.
Oh,
maybe
yes.
not. But is it one of the most frightening experiences of the year or of, like, the modern age? Given, like, what it does to your psyche, what it represents, but from, like, big Hollywood studios thinking that they can pull off.
Sure.
Thinking that this is okay.
I just feel like we are doing the genre a disservice by giving it a spot on our list.
Well, I can understand that.
I can't. I'll be honest.
This isn't best or most fucking cinematic crime.
Biggest cinema crime of 2019, easily Cats.
Top 10 crimes of the year.
Flashback to that tweet George had of describing 303's album an audio crime.
You called Don't Trust Me an audio crime.
That's the name of my first album I'm gonna make. Audio Crimes. George, if it, like, okay, I'm gonna make this movie. Cats is truly, and, like, people, like, joke about Cats, and, like, I get it. It's funny to joke about, but it is genuinely a frightening experience. It looks so unnatural, and at no point during the movie do you ever get used to it, or even a little less not used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
It's
consistently terrible.
All right, well, if we're keeping Cats as a spot, then that means 2 horror movies, and guess what? Lighthouse is not one of them. Lighthouse is not one of the best horror movies of the year.
Oh, you're saying that because I'm defending Cats?
No, it is not. It is not a horror movie.
Whoa. Then what is it?
I don't know what it is, but there's no point in that movie. Like, it's
great.
It's just actors having really long monologues that are really intense, but I'm not scared of it. It's like, I don't know.
George, have you ever been trapped in a lighthouse with someone?
We're taking abstract concepts. We're putting Cats on this fucking list. I can say that if you want to say Cats is a horror movie, I can say Lighthouse is not a horror movie. And this isn't me just being spiteful.
George.
Like, I don't think it's one of the best. If there's only if Cats is taking a spot, I don't.
No.
Okay, fine. For the sake of me and George's long-term friendship, I will remove Cats from the list. Which, by the way, I'm just gonna say this. I have not seen the movie Ma, but the fact that we're saying that Ma is a better horror movie than Cats is an audio crime. And it makes sense because this is an audio podcast.
Fine,
okay?
do you want to undo Cats and then cut Ma and then...
No! I will not do that! I will not do that! I have not seen Ma. I don't really want to see
It looks
Ma.
fine.
I've seen Ma twice.
It's okay. It's good.
What the hell?
You said it's alright, right?
It's pretty good. It's pretty funny.
Well, I can cut it, right?
Surprisingly, all-star cast. And
Karrie, I'm pretty sure in the trailer she runs over someone in a car, and that, from what I know about you, is the easiest way to make you happy.
That's the best part of the movie. That might come up in a later category. So I won't talk about it now.
I am cutting
So the
Ma.
list so far is The Lighthouse, Dr. Sleep, Us, It Chapter 2, Annabelle Comes Home, Happy Death Day to You, and I Trapped the Devil. I'm kind of bummed I didn't see I Trapped the Devil because it sounds really, really good. It sounds...
I don't know if it hangs, but
I think, well, like, I'm looking at this list. I think the horror of this year...
for myself personally, since I would have to vouch for it, and that's my pick.
Yeah.
There's other stuff here that
Okay.
I like a lot more.
It seems really cool.
But
I should put that on the list.
I really want people to watch that
That
movie.
sounds good.
I am
good.
definitely going to watch that movie.
Yay.
I've been waiting to for a little bit now.
So I feel like Dr. Sleep's stays on this list, yes?
So good.
I like that movie more
Yeah,
looking back
that's
on
just
it.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I feel like I like that movie more and more every day. I can't wait to watch it again.
Is it? But, like, what points out to me is less of the horror and more of, like, the weird atmospheric stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it very much is, like, that Stephen King weird nonsense.
Weird ass
dimensional
world.
shit.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, the Stephen King, slowly building tension. I feel like the slowly building tension from Doctor Sleep comes from the fact that you know that they're going to go back to that place.
Yeah.
And, what is waiting there based on, the memories of it. Because a lot of people, The Shining is one of the first horror movies they see, so there's a childhood connection to that for a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
And that's the whole point of the movie is, embrace, going back and to something that you were scared of as a kid. And I respect that a lot. I really don't know where the rest of this list is.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going to go with this. I think we can cut Happy Death Day to you.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. That's out of there, baby.
So, man.
So we have 2 Stephen King movies here. Are we gonna have?
What are you saying?
Are we gonna have both of them in the top 3?
I don't think
Or is
Chapter 2 is on the top 3.
I might agree with George here, and I know that is a very upsetting idea to someone in this bedroom right now.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm gonna get more into how I feel about It Chapter 2 in another category that
We're on Best Horror right now. That's the only thing that's nominated. That's the only thing.
I think...
If you're going to say something bad about It Chapter 2, I don't want to hear it. I'm just kidding.
I think in terms of horror, It Chapter 1's scarier.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and It Chapter 2 is just having a good time. I don't know.
It Chapter 2 is It Chapter 1 is delightful and scary. It Chapter 2 is sad and weird, I would say.
Hello?
Yeah, Karrie, I know your 2 personality traits. Okay, so we don't have to argue over that.
I don't remember if I made this point on the podcast or if I just made it in life several times, but I was talking about this movie a lot, and I made the realization that It Chapter 1 is the quality product, and It Chapter 2 is the fan servicey, smutty, fun, weirdo take on Chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So as a mega fan, I was like, yes, perfect, thank you, delicious.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so long, and that's why I respect it, because for people who want this, it's here. It's not for everyone.
But for me personally, it's one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm showing restraint by not having it as my favorite movie of the year because I'm trying to grow as a person. But I can agree that in terms of horror, it is not as good as some of the other stuff on this list, and it might not be a quality film. However, I think that it is a fantastic movie. And that's all I have to say.
So are you going to be the one to cut it?
Oh,
Why do you do this?
Do that?
I'll just cut it.
I'll do it. I'm sorry.
All right, so we're now at the top 4. So we got to make one more cut here. The Lighthouse, Dr. Sleep, Us, or Annabelle Comes Home.
What if we cut the Lighthouse and put these 3 in?
No.
George, I'm not going to support that.
I'm not going to support that.
I hate that these podcasts always become me and Ryan ganging up on George.
Just, man. Then objectively, Us is a better movie than Annabelle Comes Home, but I think Annabelle Comes Home is a better horror movie than Us. And Annabelle Comes Home will be mentioned later, but I think Annabelle Comes Home is fun. It does the... I think it could have been a better movie with the concept of we're just gonna have the fucking Warren's basement go wild. It could have gone wilder, but it still does good stuff. That Feely Mealy box is cool.
It's so good.
The television stuff, there's cool stuff in it.
It's really conflicting because Us definitely is, a stranger's unknown entity kind of thing. You never feel safe. You never know who's in the corner kind of thing. But Annabelle Comes Home, while it's not, a fantastic movie, it has moments where the supernatural scary stuff is really cool and really interesting.
And it's comfortable hanging in its bead fine moviness. It's just a fine
It embraces that, which is what makes it so, surprising.
Yeah.
Some would say it's the best movie to
It's
come out of
having
the country
fun.
universe.
It's having fun, but not too much fun.
Easily the best.
Oh,
Annabelle
fuck
movie.
yes. Oh, 95. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, how do we feel about I guess Dr. Sleep was a weird one.
Between Dr. Sleep, because it sounds like Annabelle is a lock.
Oh, so, I'm saying I really feel passionate about it. I would be willing to cut Us. So
between Dr. Sleep and Us,
right now I need to keep Lighthouse and Dr. Sleep. I feel like Us is probably the better movie.
Yeah, it is.
But I would honestly be happy with either one of these. If I had to cut something, I would probably cut Annabelle. But it's definitely. I can see the argument. From these people.
I think Annabelle. There's another category Annabelle's gonna shine, and I'd be fucking shocked if we cut it from that list. I don't know. I could see. Yeah. I don't know. No, and that's fine. I think.
You think we should cut Annabelle Comes Home?
I think Us is a very good stranger. Yeah, but Us is a very good strangers come in to my house. I put Us.
So for people who know what Carrie's left, I started deleting Annabelle Comes Home, but I just deleted Home, so just
Annabelle Comes.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want people to know that I'm a child.
I know who did it. Okay, so best horror movie of the year is either The Lighthouse, Dr. Sleep, or Us. It's The Lighthouse. At least for me. I know someone.
I feel that way as well, but
just don't even. I don't. That doesn't.
What if it won 2 categories in a row?
I don't know. Okay, so I get so we saw Under the Skin as a group recently,
yes.
And Under the Skin has horror energy. It has horror themes, but I don't know if I describe it as a horror movie. And I kind of feel the same way about The Lighthouse. I don't know.
I can see that, and I definitely think of The Lighthouse more as like a funny movie.
Yeah, I also kind of feel like it's having a good time.
But I don't know. I love all of these movies.
Right now, because I feel like George, I could not get you to like I could not get you to.
I haven't rewatched it since we saw it without my glasses, so I can only. So,
if in that case, I would want to give it a Dr. Sleep. I think Dr. Sleep is criminally underrated.
I agree with that, but
I think it does some cool stuff visually.
But again, we're at the horror thing, right?
I think it's a ride.
I don't know, because I love Dr. Sleep too, but I don't know if it deserves best horror over Us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just...
Because it made it sound like Dr. Sleep is not much of a horror movie as much as is a very good Stephen King movie that is like it does the best it could with its weird world. That's what it sounded like from y'all. I don't know.
It definitely feels, but then like I think just scenes like the horror in it isn't the most like, you think of like scenes in Us or Annabelle Comes Home where like the horror is clearly something looming in the darkness. For the scariest stuff in Dr. Sleep, I think of, when he goes to like the hotel for the first time and the lights are turning on and, he meets up with a certain someone in the bar and they have a conversation and it's really tense and like scary in a way.
The scariest images from the movie are the ones that he like describes and you don't ever see them, and that's a cool element that it has.
Mm-hmm. I think Dr. Sleep is just a trip, and I think it's really something great, and again, criminally underrated. So, as much as Lighthouse is my favorite film of the year, I hate to spoil that for anyone, but if I wanted to vote for best horror, I'm honestly wanting to give it to Dr. Sleep.
I'd be fine with that because I love Dr. Sleep.
Sure, I can trust y'all with it. I haven't seen it, so.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So. Sure.
Are you sure about that, George?
I mean, I don't know. Again, it's weird for me. Like, it's a movie I don't really like. It's a movie that I trust you guys on, but from looking at it, like, I don't get the horror vibes from it. Like, it's certainly in that universe, and it's, yeah. Like, Us is like the, yeah, I don't know.
I think, oh, God. What if we
in my gut it says Us.
Chapter 2 bad?
Okay.
My gut kind of also says Us.
My gut says Us.
All right,
'cause
I'm going
Us
to bring another movie to the ring.
Oh,
Let's see what happens.
You're trying to kill George. I think you want George to die.
I added Cats back to the list, just so people know. I had to say made top 4 at least.
I think Doctor Sleep is really good, and The Lighthouse is phenomenal. But I think Us is a lot more iconic, I would say. I feel like in 10 years or so, more people are going to be talking about Us than Doctor Sleep.
I feel like people are just going to think about Get Out.
Yeah, that's
But those people are wrong also, because there's a lot of haters of Us. They're just like, Us is just disappointing. I'm like, no,
that's true. I think there's haters of Us, but I still think Get Out is the superior movie.
Sure.
And they both have similar...
But Us is more of a horror movie than Get Out, kind of.
I don't know. I felt more horror from Get Out.
I mean, sure.
To be honest with you.
I guess, like,
Us,
you're right.
Us, Us has cool stuff.
This is tough.
But in the end, I felt like it was just more. It had a lot of wacky stuff too.
So I guess like
I feel like didn't add to the horror. It was just wacky.
So I think if I'm going to be honest, and maybe this is an easy way out, I don't like The Lighthouse that much. I haven't seen Doctor Sleep. I like Us a whole goddamn much. It is high on my list of movies I have seen this year. I think it is a fantastic horror movie. I think it might be the highest horror movie on my list, and I've seen it. And I haven't seen Doctor Sleep, and I there's a trepidation in me, like, as a best horror, and I trust you guys, but Us is the one I'm gonna go with for me personally. I don't know.
All right, Karrie, how are you feeling right now? Because I can't. Us is third right now for me, so I have a hard time doing this. And I know that you're also in this camp.
But also, I don't want to be here forever, so I can go Doctor Sleep if that's the one.
What if we went The Lighthouse?
You know what, Karrie? We can't outvote him.
Honestly, the best horror
It really
movie in the
is.
list.
It really is. It really is. And I'm trying to sacrifice stuff and say Doctor Sleep.
What if
we brought Cats back?
No.
Serenity back?
Yes. What if The Lighthouse won? Because I feel like
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it also feels like we're dancing around it. I mean, again, it's weird because Doctor Sleep, I wouldn't feel like a horror movie, and I've seen The Lighthouse, and I say it wouldn't be a horror movie. But if the passion is there, if it's for this, it sounds like this people would be here, like you guys would be Lighthouse
or Bust. Yes, we would.
Well, I guess no. I guess it sounds like most of you would be Lighthouse, Doctor Sleep, Us. So I don't know. Sure, we'll put The Lighthouse as the best horror movie 2019. With Doctor Sleep and Us being runners up. This is kind of so that's best horror. This next category is kind of a break. It's kind of a chill one. There's not any debating in this one. This is just a shout out. I wanted to talk about some old movies we saw in 2019 because I feel like it feels like we got to watch the newer stuff, but hey, there's old movies too.
We watch more than just the new movies.
Yes.
In our free time.
Yes. So best old movies of 2019. Karrie, what were some of your favorites of 2019 that you discovered?
Oof. Well, my favorite movie all around that I watched last year, new or old, was The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. It is fantastic.
What genre is that?
Fantastic. It's drama, I guess. It's Helen Mirren is the wife of I don't know if I think he's the restaurant owner, and he's this rich guy played by Michael Gambon, and he's a real asshole. And he just, dictates everything that she does, and he berates her loudly in the restaurant. And then there's this other guy there who's at the restaurant, who she sees all the time, and then they start to have a romance.
Oh.
And so the movie becomes her sneaking away from dinner at the restaurant to be with this guy, and while her husband is being an asshole, and then there's all this other stuff going on behind the scenes with the restaurant, and then he's got ties to these gangster type people, and then they find out, and it's a very, very good
What year?
movie. Oh Jesus, I don't know. It's kind of old.
I'm gonna look it up here.
I would guess 70s.
Oh wow, that is real old.
No, I'm probably really wrong. I don't remember.
It's like 2000. It is 1989.
89. Okay.
Oh, this movie. Yeah, I've heard of this.
Damn good. And it's my favorite movie that I watched last year. And it's fantastic. I think you should check it out. It's very in line with a lot of my tastes. And it's got like some of the most vile shit I've ever seen and some really, really emotionally upsetting stuff. I cry every time. But in terms of movie that I just have watched 4 times now since I've watched it.
And none with me, even though I've told you I'd watch it with you.
What are you doing tonight?
We're watching... What?
I would much rather watch...
Okay, let's watch The Exorcist 3.
Exorcist 3. Holy shit. Have you guys heard of this movie, Exorcist? What if I told you there was a third one?
What if I told you there was a TV show that's surprisingly good?
I don't give 2 shits.
I heard Exorcist 3 is a fucking trip, man.
It's so good. It picks up like directly after, well, not like, kind of directly after the first Exorcist movie. And it's the detective who is investigating the case of the one British guy's murder in the first Exorcist movie. How at the very end of The Exorcist he becomes friends with one of the priests, and then it's those two's relationship, and there's this serial killer that is acting up again, and the investigator's trying to solve that, and so it's like a very it's like a procedural cop movie where he's trying to solve this serial killer case, but it's also a horror movie where they're at this hospital where all these murders keep happening and they're trying to figure out how and why, and there's this one patient in the basement who it's so damn good.
I know it's a lot.
So damn good.
Well, that was Carrie's best old movies. My best old movies of the year. So the first one, so one of these is a cheat. It's Under the Skin by Jonathan Glazer, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw this movie years ago, but I never finished it, and I saw it in a really. It was a strange experience watching this movie, where I felt very uncomfortable, and I stopped watching it because I was freaked out. But then we rewatched it all together. Finally, so I saw it. That was my first time watching it all the way through, and I fucking loved it. I think it's fucking fantastic.
It's a great movie.
It's wonderful. I love it. And wonderful is not the weight, but it is. I love it. It's fantastic.
Everything it does vibes
with me very well.
It's fantastic.
My actual best old movie of the year, and I don't feel that passionate about it, but it was the most. I'm glad I saw that. It was Mindgame by Masaki Yuasa. It's an animated movie. I'm the director of Night is Short, Walk On Girl, Devilman Crybaby, and what's the movie that you got, Ryan?
Lou over the water?
Well, something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, this is one of their earlier stuff, and it is buck bananas wild. It is like it feels like sort of like an art jam movie, like the studio just got together, just like do whatever the fuck you want, just buck wild nonsense. And put it into a movie. And it very much knows it is like a weird concept thing. And I really liked it. I had a good time. It shows its age a little bit. It doesn't look as clean as their newer stuff, obviously. But yeah, Mindgame is pretty good. Ryan.
Yes. So first off, all about Willy Chou-Chou. This is a Japanese kind of drama film. It's had kind of a cult following. Want to do research into Ryan movies. We all know what Ryan movies are. This has been the one that's always showed up, but it's been increasingly difficult to watch unless I wanted to illegally watch it, and I just didn't really want to do that because I don't like doing that much anymore. It finally came out on Blu-ray through what's this company?
A Film Movement,
and it is absolutely fantastic. It's basically early 2000s. It follows this group of kids, and they're all in love with this singer Lily Chou-Chou, who is this very Bjork Mitski-esque pop singer with this big following and this huge fan base, and it kind of chronicles the lives of these teens and them getting into these gangs and the hardships of it. And one really cool aspect is the movie is cut between blog posts from message boards and stuff. And you see the people's screen names. I think one is Blue, But you never know which of the main characters is which person on the internet. And there's this like difference between, how these kids project who they are in real life. For a lot of them, it's, very shy and reserved. One of them, some bad stuff happens, so he ends up being kind of like this gang leader and ends up becoming very violent. And you see like the differences, and then towards the end when you see like who everyone has actually been, it's really kind of heartbreaking. There's this sequence at the end that takes place outside of a concert for Lily Chou-Chou. That's one of the most heartbreaking and like brutal things I've ever seen. It's absolutely fantastic. It's like one of the most like sad boy moments in movies, and that is me jokingly putting it that way, but it is so fantastic. Cannot recommend it enough. If you are able to get access to Canopy, you can get it for free and not spend $30 on a Blu-ray like I ended up doing stupidly.
Soccer.
I know, but absolutely fantastic. If you love, like a sad...
How dare you pay for something?
I know. A sad coming-of-age thing with, like, really banger music and imagery. It's fantastic. One of my favorite things ever, but what has become one of like, I think I've been obsessed with this all year, but a little anime movie called End of Evangelion came on Netflix.
Yeah, you've discovered Evangelion this year.
I've discovered Evangelion, and it's crazy because I love it so much. It is so insanely crazy how upset I am this hasn't been in my life until recently, because it's so my jam. And the film, I've watched all the films so far, but obviously the End of Evangelion, which is the movie finale to the TV show, is my favorite so far. It is this like just crazy animated imagery, this like fucked up insanity that what it is. It's just so depressing and anxious and beautiful. It ends with the most just crazy buck wild thing you've ever seen put on screen. I love it so much, and I'll never stop talking about this until I get every single person in the world to watch it. Obviously, if you're not into anime, you will hate Evangelion. Karrie, I think you might like Evangelion.
I know I would like it a lot.
I know Jurge will get into it at some point. His brother and I had a very long discussion about Evangelion the other night. It was very fun. But Karrie, I think you should try to watch Evangelion. I think you might get into it. But it just has a crazy history, and it's so cool, and it's just this amazing piece of history.
It's a very influential thing.
The finale film of the remake trilogy comes out this year, 2020 in Japan, and it is my most hyped thing on the planet right now. I'm so incredibly excited for it. Evangelion, fantastic. Let's get on to a polar opposite category.
Sure, but before that, let's take an actual break. Ooh. That was our break category. Let's take a small break, and then we'll come back to the most disappointing of 2019. We're back. Most disappointing of 2019. This is an airing of grievances. So yeah.
At Hollywood.
Yeah, fuckers. So yeah, these are the movies that, in one way or another, individually, some of us have grievances with these movies. We were disappointed with them. The expectations were not met. I think a lot of these, I think we're pretty keep our expectations pretty well in check. I feel so. Most disappointing: Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Midsommar, Pet Sematary, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, It Chapter 2, Spider-Man: Far From Home, Godzilla: King of the Monsters, Velvet Buzzsaw, Cats, Booksmart, The Lighthouse, High Life. Why is Cats on this list? Whom the fuck had any expectations? I take everything that I said at the top of this back.
Jurge, what do you mean? It's disappointing how they had so many opportunities to make it good.
That's silly.
You know what? Here's why Cats is the most disappointing. I saw it.
I saw it. I'm disappointed in myself.
I'm disappointed in myself and what I represent.
I deleted Cats.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Midsommar. man. Okay, I don't even know. Midsommar, it feels unfair that it's kind of on here because, Hereditary is a great movie and, expectations. But I think, I don't even hate, I don't know. It's just, even removed from the fact that this is the follow-up to Hereditary, it's just fine.
Yeah.
It's got cool stuff in it.
I just get more and more complacent with Midsommar as time goes on. I just care about it.
Actually, that one, I don't even know why I brought it out, because that one might stick around. I don't know. It's an apathetic disappointment. I don't know.
I don't know.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. We saw that one coming.
Yeah.
It's bad. There's another category.
That's bad.
It's not good.
No, I'm just I need to keep this here. I was so, as someone who loved The Last Jedi, what disappoints me with anything is when the sequel comes out and just takes a massive dump load all over that.
Yeah.
And everything interesting it tried to do, whether that was loved or not loved, is just disappointing.
In the process of dumping on that thing, it dumped on the entire house, and we can't sell it anymore. And it's
exactly.
just like the value is just gone. It's fucking astounding how bad that movie is. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. We can keep it around, I guess. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is disappointing. But also, I don't know if at some point I don't know.
I think we had hope for that movie pretty steadily.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I kind of felt that it wouldn't be much of anything.
I loved the look of the pale lady.
Yeah, she looked really good.
It looked really awesome. I was like, maybe this movie will do something cool. And it wasn't.
It didn't.
And also don't know what our 3 are here, so I think we can keep it around, honestly. Pet Sematary. Carrie, is that legit?
Yes, I was disappointed in Pet Sematary.
And they had Patrick Wilson.
Not Patrick Wilson. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
It was Jason Clarke.
Yeah, Jason Clarke.
Oh, you're right. Oh, wow, you're totally right. My bad.
Jason Clarke.
Serenity's Jason Clarke.
He was Patrick Wilson.
You're thinking of the other Stephen King adaptation starring Patrick Wilson.
I'm sorry, I am.
No, but yeah, because I love Pet Sematary, and I thought that it would be nice to have like a new, updated version of it, but it was not good. It was just relentlessly trying to be extreme, and it was stupid. It changed things that didn't need to be changed, and
because I feel like
that's honestly the most disappointing part. They didn't have the little baby boy get run over by the truck.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
because
funny.
you think of the original Pet Sematary, and the only thing that really stands out as bad is the main actor's performance.
Yeah,
it's rough. It's what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
no, he's very monotone.
Yeah,
but it's not even.
And
that
Jason
bad.
Clarke is, I would say, a better actor.
Sucks.
I say in general he's a better actor than whoever that guy was, at least. But he's not good in this.
No, he's bad.
He doesn't give any kind of performance.
And it doesn't feel as tragic, the things that happen in this
No.
movie. There's no weight to any of it. And the ending fucking
that I agree.
Sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I get that, in a lot of, these Hollywood remakes, especially horror movies, they always like to do mostly this except for the ending, they switch it up a bit, which is totally fine. But, it's just objectively worse. It's so
It feels like a deleted ending that they...
Yeah. It feels like this is the ending that
we
the audiences
workshopped.
did not like.
Yeah, and we kept it on there.
It's oh no, we accidentally released the wrong ending.
Uh-oh, we gotta send out a day 1 patch.
Oh no.
Alright, so that sticks around, I guess. Yeah, sure. I had no expectations once upon a time in Hollywood.
I was excited because I, like a dumbass fool, still enjoy Quentin Tarantino films. And I thought, because Hateful Eight is my favorite one of his films, so I was like, that's his newest one. Maybe the newest one is going to be fucking stellar. And it was not.
Yeah, someone say it's one of the worst movies they've ever seen.
Very bad.
It's kind of nothing there.
I don't know how much it hangs in the category.
I cannot believe the amount. Man,
I'm not.
I know people.
I'm not disappointed in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I knew I'd hate it, and I did.
Yeah, but it is so there was that whole thing at Cannes where or wherever it was where they first screened it, where someone gave that question about Margot Robbie.
Right.
And now the context was you're gonna get blowback from that question, but dude, Margot Robbie in that movie does fucking nothing.
No,
just absolute waste.
She watches a movie.
It shows her feet.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Quentin Tarantino.
It's real bad.
Some would say it's a nominee for the best movie of 2019.
It's pretty crazy.
It's real bad.
Yeah, right?
Fucking Margaret Qualley does a better performance in Death Stranding. than in Hollywood.
Shout out to Margaret Qualley's mouth in that game.
God damn. Oh, yeah.
I can cut Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just because I knew I'd hate it.
Yeah, totally.
No, yeah, I understand that.
And we gotta make some cuts at some point.
I would just like to say that we've gone this long in this episode, and I haven't gotten to talk about Joker once.
Oh, wow.
It hasn't
That's
been
true.
nominated for anything yet. I just want to let everyone know so that they can decide to stop listening. I will be campaigning for
Okay. I brought a fucking, yeah. For your
If
consideration
you wanna
envelopes.
add Joker to most disappointed, I'll be it.
Absolutely not, but I just realized.
If you want to
Best
put
style,
Joker to
Joker.
best horror in that the society, the horror.
I guess it wasn't really up.
No,
to
it's
the
not. It
categories
doesn't
we
feel.
talked
It
about
doesn't
today.
fit in.
It doesn't fit any of them, but it feels wrong that I haven't talked about Joker yet, as that will be my bit going forward.
Okay.
Since Serenity, or no, I'd rather talk about Serenity than Joker. Anyway, sorry.
I haven't seen Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did we want? We saw something else instead of it.
I think we just stayed home. Didn't we?
But no.
Wow, good for you
There was
guys.
something that was playing. And I remember I was like, I haven't seen that. I don't know what it was. But anyways, yeah, Ryan, you saw it.
Yeah, this is my winner probably.
Oh, damn.
I would say. The reason why Spider-Man Far From Home disappoints me, Marvel, they own the Spider-Man, they have the Spider-Man license for now or whatever. Because there's stupid rules. They're able to do more with that character, and it's just the same movie as the last one. And the last one sucked ass, and I don't get why people think it's so good.
It's fine.
It's
If you didn't like the last one, why do you think this one will be
Yeah,
good?
it's true.
Because Tony Stark's dead.
Oh, his
He's
shadow.
dead.
His shadow looms very much over this
And
movie.
this whole, because my problem with Spider-Man Homecoming is the whole movie is like, Tony Stark, what a great guy, I love him. I remember when he told me that great responsibility means I gotta go, I have a meeting in 20 minutes. He's the only father figure I've ever had. And it's just it's an awkward relationship that never worked for me. I have no idea why it resonates with so many people. And I felt like now that he's gone, finally, we can have a movie where Spider-Man acts like Spider-Man and does something for himself. But instead in this movie, the villain just hates Tony Stark, and Spider-Man just runs into the problem and just decides that he has to deal with it. And it's so frustrating, again, because he's just not able to be himself. He's not able to do anything for himself or learn anything that helps him grow as a character or help him grow in this franchise. So that's why I was so thrilled when for 20 minutes it was turned out that he was going to be cut out of the franchise and make his own Spider-Man spin-offs from there. But no, it's back, and the Spider-Man 3 is going to be him talking about Tony Stark again. And I hate it. And it sucks because Jake Gyllenhaal gives another killer performance.
So I've heard.
He's great. He has a great villain.
I heard Zendaya is also
And
a lot more in this.
Zendaya is a lot more in on it, but it's disappointing in that way too, because she's just Michelle Jones and they call her MJ. They don't make her Mary Jane Watson, who's known as, in the comics as Spider-Man's, love interest, because they're too afraid of making Mary Jane Watson black. So they just have a character whose name also sounds like that. And that's disappointing because it means that the people who seem to care so much about this don't and are scared to do anything interesting with this character. So they just do the same thing again and again, and I hate that. I deeply am disappointed by this movie.
All right.
The ending stinger pisses me off, just because it introduces the most boring and uninteresting Spider-Man storyline from the comics, where everyone knows who he is, and it makes me really regretting wherever this franchise is going. I hate this movie. It's staying on
I guess
there.
so. It's just weird because, again, if you didn't like Homecoming, that this is disappointing to you.
Yes, because I like Spider-Man, and a great Spider-Man movie came out recently, and I want to enjoy
That's true.
these new Spider-Man movies, but I can't, and I'll will continue to be disappointed by them again and again.
All right.
So yeah, I want to keep it.
All right. I don't know where this list is going though. So
I would love to hear you try and tell me why Chapter 2 was disappointing.
Because it just didn't have the same like energy that
like
I
you
fell in
mentioned,
love with.
it's not a straight up horror movie. Chapter 2 is a practice in excess, and I'm not necessarily here for it. I enjoyed it, but also at the same time, it felt like, I don't know, I was just going through a conveyor belt of like it bits. And that's why I was like, fucking whatever, I get it.
Because
I enjoyed it as
It's
well.
not top 3, because I knew that there was, the second half of it, the book, is not the best part of the book. So I don't know. For me, it's not top 3, but
For me, it's just like it does more Stephen King weirdness, and I like that. But it felt like it started like just shoving stuff in from the book that was like controversial or weird for the sake of it, even though it didn't really like jive with the story that they were making. And that's just it just disappoints me in that way. I felt like they could have made like a cleaner, like more cut, interesting film, and they just ended up not doing that. They just went with more of like, let's just add more and like think that's better, but it ended up just not doing that for me, which is why it disappointed me.
yeah, I feel pretty indifferent about it. I thought the actors did a. Well, I didn't like what's her fucking Jessica
Chastain.
She's fine. She's just a Jessica Chastain character. I don't know. Yeah. Bill Hader, fantastic.
So what I'm
He is.
hearing is Chapter 2 does not deserve to be on this list.
I don't know about that. The record is definitely on there, but it's not top 3.
I will cut it chapter 2.
Thank
I will do
you
that for
very
you.
much.
Did you guys have? Is it Jake Gyllenhaal that y'all had anticipation for Velvet Buzzsaw?
Ooh, yeah. Well, Jake Gyllenhaal and the same director as Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
damn.
I remember people
Damn.
wanting this movie to be good.
Oh fuck, that's pretty
I forgot
disappointing
about
now.
that, yeah.
I'm disappointed now.
Yeah, Velvet Buzzsaw was not good.
Oh, that's a bummer. Nightcrawler's a great
It
movie.
had moments.
It has moments. Like the very, very end with the tattoo, I loved that. But and I like the Toni Collette stuff, but it's not good. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
it really.
I completely forgot that it was the guy who made the what is it?
Nightcrawler, yeah.
God.
Nightcrawler's good. I haven't seen that in a long time. I should rewatch that.
Yeah, I should watch that one too.
All right, let's do the Jurge airing of grievances.
I've been waiting for this.
I
for a while.
wish I liked Booksmart more, man, but I can't. I think the lead actors are fucking-tastic, and that scene where they have the fight at the party, wonderful, fucking great, so good, fantastic. But none of the antics they got up to, I don't know. It just felt it. It didn't feel exceptional to me in terms of that kind of party movie to me, and I don't know what it. Like. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like Superbad to me. And I was just like, Superbad's okay. I like this more than Superbad, but it's not doing much for me. And so for me, Booksmart's just like, it's fine. It's just not exceptional to me. And it's disappointing to me because I wanted it to be for me personally. And this is not going to be on the top 3 at all, like, because this is just personal airing of grievances. Booksmart I don't love Booksmart. It's a great movie, but I don't know. The Lighthouse, I don't know, man. Maybe
What if Lighthouse also won?
the one. That's not a bad idea. No. I'm sorry. I'm now like thinking maybe because I didn't have my glasses. Maybe that's why it was ruined for me. Maybe that's it.
I don't want it to make us. I don't want it to be us making.
No,
you
this is the thing that's
your
been in my
opinion.
mind. This has been the thing in the back of my mind forever. Because I just saw the whole thing blurry, and I just saw people yelling and doing bits the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, so I was never sucked into it because I was always like, I can't fucking see well. So maybe if I rewatched it, and that's why I wanted to, but I didn't get around to it,
Jurge, anytime.
that I'd like it. But yeah, and I'm not spiteful against it. Like I don't think I'd watch it like, no, that movie still sucks. Like, and I don't think it sucks either. There are parts I liked about it, but I think if I was sucked into it and if I was actually in it, I would have actually liked and engaged with it. But yeah, I can't stand this movie, man. It fucking sucks. It's miserable. They did Andre 3000 so bad in it. He just fucking disappears and goes back to his home planet. God damn it.
I forgot he was in this movie.
But you guys did bring up that one scene where she goes into that star. That was pretty fucking cool.
Very fun.
Anyways, we can cut those 3 movies now.
Ooh.
That was my airing
I
grievances.
will gladly do that for you, George.
Should we talk about Godzilla?
Fuck off! That movie's great. Who put that on here? That's what I want to know.
I think that was me.
That's my It Chapter 2. That movie's great. That is top.
What about-
That's better
what
than
about-
Booksmart.
What about the guy who the really funny guy?
Oh god.
The really
The
Get
guy
out,
who's in
guy.
the guy. Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy who's in the Alamo commercials for when he's the baseball, because he's the lead actor in Godzilla. The one like choir.
Oh my god!
He's the lead guy in that.
Yeah, he is.
Uh,
No, the guy who's the
guy from
comedic
Cabin in the
relief
Woods?
guy. Yes.
Yes, because I saw Cat in the Woods recently.
Yeah.
Holds up.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I'm so happy.
glad.
I'm so happy.
I watched it right after watching Ready or Not. Those
Oh.
2 movies work really well together.
Godzilla's. I like Godzilla a lot. It is not one of the most disappointing movies. to me.
I
Ryan,
was
what are your
disappointed-
grievances?
I was disappointed with the human characters. They just did not do anything, and human characters in
Second
these
time I watched
monster
it, it
movies-
seed a lot dumber. The second, I will admit that. The second time, it felt a lot
the,
stupider.
The human characters in these movies are really what like grounds you to the world. Otherwise, you're just watching monsters fight, and it felt like at this point, like I might as well just been watching monsters fight, just because I didn't care for any of them. A lot of them were stupid, especially that old white guy. With
guy from
his
Cabin in the Woods?
annoying
Yeah.
ass jokes. It was just so frustrating to me a lot of the time.
Let me tell you about most Godzilla movies. They're bad.
Yeah.
What about how they killed what's
Vera
her name?
Farmiga.
No, not Vera Farmiga. Did she die in that movie?
She did die in that
Oh
movie.
no. How they killed Sally
Oh,
Hawkins.
yeah, Sally
off
Hawkins.
screen.
They did kill her. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't really like it.
I
This
like
movie's
Godzilla a
fine.
lot.
I thought it would be a lot better than it was. I don't know why. I thought it just was like I was letting myself.
It was the director of Trick or Treat.
Yes, and
And
Krampus.
Krampus.
Oh, that's right.
And honestly, it's
Yeah.
not that. It's not like Trick or Treat or Krampus
No,
are like
yeah.
works of art. I love them.
But they're fun, and like this didn't have as much.
I think this movie's fun as fuck.
That's fair.
Get
Get this Godzilla movie off my dang list. Or I already did. Nice.
Right. I'm wanting. So right now we're at Rise of Skywalker, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Midsommar, Pet Sematary, and Far From Home. I would want to cut Scary Stories because I kind of knew I wouldn't be into that.
But I
From the
was more
get-go.
disappointed, genuinely disappointed with that than Rise of Skywalker.
Really?
I had no. Everything looked like it was going to be a
I
disaster.
would honestly agree with
Everything.
that. Yeah, no.
Everything looked like it was going to be a train wreck.
I was not invested in Star Wars at all. So, I mean, I'm disappointed by Star Wars because I don't know. I guess
I spent time watching it? I don't know.
Just the amount of we don't care that it exudes. That's a little disappointing. That's a little disheartening more than anything.
Sure, right?
But it's like I don't care.
I still don't want to cut just yet. I feel like I was disappointed in Midsommar, but I was not as disappointed in Midsommar as I was.
I think Midsommar's on this list.
Really?
I think it's on this list.
What about Pet Sematary?
That one I don't. Carrie's one out of the expectations, so.
No, yeah, that's fair. But, like, I hated that movie a lot. But it's fair to cut it. It's fine. I'll talk about it later. But, damn. Pet Sematary. Well, Pet Sematary's stupid.
But also,
Yeah,
I don't buy Spider-Man, but.
I would cut Spider-Man too, because I didn't see it. But I would say I'm definitely a lot more disappointed in Midsommar.
I think Midsommar wins this category. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when I think about it that way, it's not. I don't think Midsommar's going anywhere.
No.
I will say Spider-Man Far From Home probably my most disappointing. Somehow I don't.
Yeah,
know
somehow
why
I don't
the
get
way,
it.
But in this room,
I think this-
I will cut it.
Yeah, you would cut that before you would cut Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
Really?
I think just because Rise of Skywalker was like this ending, And it's such a
It's very-
It's a real fucking farce of an ending.
Yeah,
It's so bad.
It's such a like.
And all the fucking tweets of people being like,
It is-
wow, what a finale.
It is not only the finale
It's
to...
like they dropped every single ball they
Yeah.
had. They've been collecting balls for 40 plus years, and they tripped down a flight of stairs.
And I didn't even
a spiral staircase. Like, no, my balls!
I didn't even consider that. I can't even consider the Skywalker saga because it's so like... It's just so... Well, these movies... I don't know.
It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like an actual film that I saw.
It doesn't.
No, it
Carrie,
really doesn't.
the image that you sent me of Scarlett Johansson screaming, "I can't believe I have to know you forever," at a poster of Rise of Skywalker is the biggest mood I've felt all year.
Honestly, yeah.
I can't believe I have to know this film until the day I die. And I don't even like Star Wars.
But also, it's easy for me to ignore. Like, for me, it ends at Last Jedi. It ended there.
It did. That's the best Star Wars movie.
Because it's just like, they just... From the get-go of that movie, it's like, you have no respect and you have no idea for what the fuck you're doing. So why should I even consider you...
The dead speak!
Why should I even consider you existing? I don't know. It's... Yeah. But again, if we want to keep it that the culmination of Star Wars ends with Rise of Skywalker... Sure.
That's pretty disappointing. I'll be honest.
It's worse than Solo.
Yeah.
That says something, I think. I don't know what it says, but it's something.
That's something.
Midsommar wins this, I think.
Yes.
Midsommar wins this. Midsommar is the most disappointing movie of 2019, followed by Star Wars Rise of Skywalker and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. The best moment of 2019 was every time we recorded this podcast. Am I right, folks?
Woo!
The
Moving
award
on.
goes to us. All right. No. Best moment 2019. I feel like this is a pretty self-explanatory category. It was the best, moment in a motion picture in 2019. So I'm gonna read these
Did
here.
we go too far on this? Probably not.
I mean, a lot of it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
get
true.
cut. This may be a lot. This may be a very long category because we just have to kind of
Go through it all.
give recognition. The opening moments of Her Smell from Her Smell. The Final Bet from Uncut Gems. The Fight Outside the Club, Uncut Gems. The Auction, Uncut Gems. The Parks Go on a Camping Trip, Parasite. Peach Poisoning, Parasite. Joker Stairs, Joker. The Cliff Scene, aka I don't think this is going to be a normal vacation moment from Midsommar. The End Reveal from Us. Pas de Deux from Us. The end credits in Crawl. Donut Hole. Knives Out. Who Done It? Knives Out. Jennifer Lopez's Dance from Hustlers. Usher Comes into the Club from Hustlers. That part where the Godzilla music kicks in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I like the end fight in Godzilla. Fuck y'all, you haters. I don't know who wrote that.
I know who wrote that.
Jack and Danny at the Bar from Dr. Sleep. Angel of the Morning, It Chapter 2. I don't remember this.
What?
Maybe
Well,
I
we're gonna get
fell
into
asleep
it.
for
We're
this,
gonna
right?
get
Yeah.
into
Feely Mealy payoff. Annabelle Comes Home. You're fond of me lobster, ain't ye? The Lighthouse. Big Robert Scream from The Lighthouse. Mad's Teaching Children from Polar. Remember Polar?
I just remembered us having that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Songwriter Scene from Under the Silver Lake. I Wish You Were Dead. Marriage Story. Is That Cardi B? Booksmart. A Special Order Belts. Art of Self-Defense. And You Know What Scene from High Life. Right off the bat, we can kick off the Godzilla moment. That was a great moment, but I know people aren't that high on Godzilla. So
That song is really fucking good though.
I love the music.
Bear McCreary kills it again. He's a cool dude.
But yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I don't love, that God of War soundtrack he did. That's all I gotta say. I don't like that. I don't like that game that much. Though.
Heard the 10 Cloverfield Lane soundtrack and the Colossal soundtrack.
Very good.
Polar. Tell me about it.
I remember which one this is, but
So
Carrie, you
I
laid out-
remember
you
because I
this movie
remember when
better.
we talked about this movie, we were like, "This is gonna be the best moment," and we called it out, and I wanted to bring it back and see
Okay.
how we're feeling about it now. Because if you remember, this was the scene where he had just told Vanessa Hudgens that he's a world traveler and he like goes to other countries to bring people back home because he's in the funeral business, but he's actually like an assassin. And she's like, you should come talk to the children at the school because you've traveled so much. And he's like, I don't think so. All right. Okay. And then it's just Mads Mikkelsen teaching children how to use a knife and gut people properly, and it's really funny. And it makes me laugh because I'm in love with Mads Mikkelsen. Sue me.
It's a very funny scene. That's why we're keeping it on the list for now.
Forever.
Okay. So we brought it up. Can you tell me? I don't remember this Angel of the Morning moment from It Chapter 2.
Okay, let me paint you a picture of one. This is my favorite moment.
I know.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
From when Eddie goes into the basement of the pharmacy and then the leper starts attacking him and then it pukes on him and it starts playing Angel of the Morning for like 4 seconds for no reason at all.
That was one of the moments where like this movie has one of the most bizarre like musical like cues I've ever seen. Like, I saw so many people on the internet mention that.
It was so
and it's crazy.
funny.
It was. People hated that though.
What? No, stupid. Don't hate it. Dumb. It's so funny. It's just the most fucking why did you do that? And it makes me laugh uncontrollably every time I see it.
I forgot that song played during that moment.
It's so fucking funny.
I remember laughing, but I forgot that part.
Oh my god.
All right, well now I remember what that was.
And every single one of the like 8 times I've watched that movie, I just die laughing.
The end credits in Crawl is probably the best thing moment about that movie. Yeah, and definitely. Honestly,
see you later, alligator.
It's pretty good. Just hard cut credits to that song is very good, but we can cut it now.
Unfortunately,
Joker stares are not.
Nah.
What's up?
I thought it was a good moment, and then it became
a meme. and apparently also now bothering people who live in that area of.
Well,
okay, so here's the problem. Here's my problem with that. Well, that was a bad part of Brooklyn.
Yeah,
that was a part where you'd get fucking stabbed, and guess what? It like fucking anything in fucking any city or whatever the hell, as soon as fucking dumbass clown ass white people decide to fucking act a fool, then when there's money around, then it's fucking fine. I don't know. Fuck that. God damn it.
So we're keeping it on the...
No, it's gone. It's already gone.
What the fuck?
I don't think this moment's gonna like last very long, but
I don't think I know what scene. Which scene are you talking about in High Life?
Oh no! I was going to talk about the art of self-defense. Sorry.
Oh, you highlighted the wrong thing.
I did. I'm sorry.
Oh, the belt.
The special order belt scene in the art of self-defense.
You're a big fan of that moment.
The funniest jokes I've heard like ever. I love it so much. Just like the delivery of it, of like, and I hadn't special ordered this belt for you, and it's like, oh my god, this is incredible. And then like it calls back to it later. It's like, now when I'm out in public and feeling insecure, I can look down at my brown belt. And it fills me with confidence.
Or when they're outside the bar and Jesse Eisenberg has his yellow on and he's like, oh, I see you're wearing your yellow belt for strength. He lifts up his shirt and he's got his black one on and he's like, so am I.
It's such a good joke. I genuinely believe that this movie was built around that joke, and I'm so happy about it.
It's such a good movie.
You know what scene from High Life? This is when
Which one?
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes in High Life.
I feel like the scene from High Life is what's her name again?
Juliette Binoche.
Juliette Binoche goes on like her her cream spree, you know what I'm saying? Where she
the egg race scene where she's walking down the hallway trying not to drop
she's like spooning a cup of Arpat's jism and very delicately
Who among us can say that they haven't done that?
That's true. That is true. It is, I feel, one of the most iconic moments of the movie because it is upsetting in like this weird way of like, I've never thought about
doing
that or that I'd ever see this.
Did the rape scene follow that scene?
It came directly before.
Oh, okay.
Because there was like a spree of that. Because like Mia Goth got assaulted, and then she, molested Arpats in his sleep.
Fucking sucks.
It's
not good.
It's not good. Bad. And she, basically does the same thing to Arpats, and then she injects his jism into Mia Goth, which I would also consider another sexual assault. So, like, there's 3 in a row in that movie. So, I totally understand why people are not a fan of that film. But it's being cut. I just think that scene's funny out of context. In context, and to explain it, it's like, oh, that's gross.
I think it's a little unfair, maybe, to put and it's unfair because it's such a long moment, but it's also unfair to her smell as a movie that is made of like 7 scenes.
Right.
I think the opening of Her Smell is fantastic. It's tense.
Good.
It is shot so well. It is. Until Uncut Gems, it was the most anxiety I've had watching a movie. But I don't know. I don't know if it's top 3.
I don't remember what.
I don't even know it's top 3 here, honestly.
It's when she comes backstage and because they're performing and then she comes backstage and everything's hectic and everyone's like
it's
asking her questions. They like hand her
it's
kid,
a significant amount of the movie. It's like it's like a third of it, maybe.
Because that movie is just like 4
scenes. Yeah.
So
that movie's fucking great.
when you say the opening moments, I just think of that whole sequence.
It's pretty much. That's why I'm saying
not really one initial. Part
yeah, that's why I'm saying it's a little unfair.
Yeah.
But it's unfair on both accounts. It's unfair because it's so long compared to all these other moments, but it's unfair to Her Smell because it is a movie made of long scenes. So
building tension.
Yeah,
So
I
should
don't
we
know.
cut it
I
then?
think we can let it go. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I think we can let it go. That Jennifer Lopez dance is incredible.
It's pretty damn
It's
good.
fucking fantastic. It's really good. I feel bad that I'm even calling it out to cut it now.
Ooh.
But I guess you know what?
What?
You have 2 hustler moments.
Yeah,
on
if I was to cut any of them right now, I think the Usher comes.
Usher, bitch!
It's so good. Oh my god.
Usher, bitch!
I forgot how good "Love in This Club" as a song it is. The way they use that, it's a romanticized like top of the. It is so goddamn good.
That movie's so fucking
Oh,
awesome.
it's so good. For the folks, I guess, for some folks who don't, I should probably explain some of these moments since maybe not everyone saw these movies.
I didn't see that.
But
yeah,
this
like
is
Ryan.
yeah. So this is like sort of a.
I'm sorry, I just hate women, That's probably
Yeah.
why.
So this is the part like at the peak of everything is good. Well, one of the
This
peaks.
was like she said it was like the last time that she remembered everyone being super
Yeah,
happy
so
in the club and
if
it
you
being
don't-
super successful.
Yeah, so this movie's about the strippers who I forget, it was New York, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it was New York.
I think.
This specific club, and after what happened after the financial crisis with sort of the stripper business and how they had to like sort of like drug clients in to sort of continue to make a living. And this was like the day before the crash, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that day Usher came in. And it's just like all the girls dancing there, and it's Usher. And it's really like slow motion. It's like romantic, and it's like it's got like it's a fantastic moment. But it's not gonna. I think the Jennifer Lopez dance is also gonna get cut eventually. But I'd rather cut this first, I guess.
you'd
Get
rather
Usher
cut-
out of here first.
Okay. I will do that for you.
Yeah. And for folks who haven't seen Hustlers, this is just like an opening section of the movie where is it Constance Wu? Is that her
Yeah.
name? So yeah, it's sort of like someone who like doesn't know what they're doing, and then they find their sort of teacher, mentor. Is like, I'm gonna teach you the ropes, kid.
Yeah. This is like this scene like establishes Jennifer Lopez's like prowess as a dancer.
It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like you're amazing, and then she takes her under her wing, and yeah, it's like a dance where she dances like Fiona Apple's Criminal, and it is fucking incredible. It is fantastic. It is really, really good.
All right. So spoilers, but we chose Midsommar as most disappointing. But we also have a Midsommar moment.
It's
on this
it's a
list.
fantastic moment.
The
I almost
cliff
put the
scene.
pie scene as well in Midsommar because I just thought that was
that is a fun scene.
a fun scene, but
We didn't put the fucking at
Bear?
the beginning. Not the bear. The fucking
Intro?
the phone call at the beginning.
Oh,
I think that's my
yeah.
favorite part for Midsommar. I didn't think to put a Midsommar scene on here. 'Cause I
Yeah.
didn't like it that
I think
much,
I just
but
saw a
that
picture of
moment
that
is-
rock, and that's
Yeah.
why I put that on here. Yeah, we can talk about this moment and then maybe add the opening of Midsommar. Well, I don't even know if it's gonna make it. Maybe.
Well,
we can talk about
Maybe.
it.
discuss
Well, because
it.
like that's the part of Midsommar that I like.
That's the most. That's the most like Hereditary. Oh, we're in for some shit. It's like
Yeah.
it's like if Hereditary had the fucking decapitation right at the fucking beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for Midsommar, for us, I think it kind of went a little downhill.
Yeah, that's kind of why I feel like, because it doesn't really top like some of its moments.
No.
Like it has some fun moments, but like nothing really happens between them.
I really like this moment that we had on the list.
Cliff
the
scene.
cliff with I just like the some of the prosthetics work where the face just looks like tissue paper that just flaps back in the wind. That's fantastic. But
and the way like it's shot,
gross.
the way it's paced, the way how they realize being far away removed from the thing that's happening, not playing any music, just makes it feel so surreal and unbelievable that this just happened. And then then it goes straight. No, this fucking happened. Explosion. It's fucking fantastic moment. Again, I wish I liked Midsommar more.
Yeah,
I do too. I feel
it's a real bummer.
I'm real sad that I didn't like Midsommar
because again,
more.
like the stuff that's so good is like, it's fantastic.
Because I see people loving it, and I'm like, I see.
I wish I could
it.
join you.
I wish I could join you.
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think Hereditary blew up. Like it just became like a thing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's because I'm not part of the Midsommar fan club that when I see so much stuff about it, it's like, oh man, everyone's having so much fun without me.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I guess are we spiritually adding that opening and
Spiritually,
then removing it?
Yeah.
Okay. All
That
right.
scene is so good. Just specifically when he picks up the phone after she had called already, and then he picks up the phone again, and she's
It's
just
fucking
already
brutal,
screaming.
man.
I like my blood. People say this all the time, but it's like my blood ran cold. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's a thing.
it is a thing.
What is the pause they do?
That's the
dance.
dance at the end of.
Ah.
That's French for the dance of two.
Oh, wow.
That's just what the song is called on the soundtrack, so that's what I named the moment. The bum.
So of our two us moments, what is the superior?
I'm gonna
one you
spiritually
feel
also add the first time once they like, oh, they're us. I really like that
that's
confrontation moment, but yeah.
I would say pas de deux for me.
I think it's better than the end reveal. The end reveal, I like how ambitious and wild it is.
Yeah.
But I get it's got some holes in it. But I let myself be taken away from it.
Well, yeah. I just also like. I think you guys said this too. I just also guessed that immediately in the movie, and I was like, oh, they wouldn't do that. And then there's like points where it's like, oh yeah, no, that's not what it is. And then they're like, no, it is what it is. And I was like, huh?
Okay.
All right. So
It's a cool moment, visually and everything, but
yeah,
it goes into like, because I'm also kind of disappointed by that movie. Not as enough to nominate for most disappointing.
No,
but it just didn't do enough for me.
I love
and
that.
the ending,
I like us.
I like us a lot.
And the ending didn't do much for me either.
I think it's my sensibility of liking weird shit that I like
You know
us
what?
so much.
I think I hated the ending. Actually, I thought that reveal was
The
dumb.
ending is not great.
the end.
No.
The end reveal.
The end. Like I like the stuff with the bunny rabbits, everything then,
Yes.
but like the thing after
The
that,
very
the big
last- big like who?
yeah.
It's like what now? That's like, come on now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's pretty silly. No, but Pas de Deux is so fucking
That was
good.
a cool
like,
scene.
I went to see that movie like 2 or 3 more times just so I could keep watching that scene. The music, the way that she's just literally like, let's dance before, and it's like a fucking hero villain ass showdown. It's so fucking good, and they're just dancing, cutting between them fighting and her dancing ballet. Holy shit, that scene, that's like the scene from that movie for me.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I feel like we should start cutting movies that we have multiple scenes of, at least deciding which ones that we think is best.
Yes.
So that unfortunately means that we have to talk about 3 moments of Uncut Gems and decide which is.
I think it's the final bet.
I could add more.
I know you guys could.
I think that Final Bet is my favorite of Final Bet, Fight Outside the Club, and The Auction.
What was the one you would? What was another one you would have added?
I would add.
I would personally say the scene where she shows at Howie that she has a tattoo of him on her
Oh,
butt.
it's
It's like,
what?
That whole moment is good.
It's so fucked up.
That would be my favorite.
That's
scene,
so
personally.
good.
Do not let him in. Don't. That whole moment again.
Uncut Gems is so good.
That moment where he just finally breaks. It feels cathartic on the half of the viewer also.
Yeah.
Because like Dude, thank you. I can't. This is a lot. I
this
can't. This is a
anymore.
lot.
I think if I were to add another Uncut Gems moment would be when Idina Menzel just laughs in his face and tells him that he's the most annoying person she knows. And that he's got a stupid face.
Come on. Give it a
Give me
shot.
another shot.
I love how fucking.
I wish I loved that movie more.
I love how sleazy, shitty New York the fight outside the club is. Just
It's
those
so good.
two characters who are just the most New York ass motherfucking characters, and just like how stupid that scene ends with her fucking walking out pouty, and she just like has a shitty comeback to the lady.
The fuck are you looking at? Not much. Oh yeah, that's why you're outside in the cold.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I love it so much. It's so good.
So you guys, as the Uncut fan club,
I think it's the final bet.
Final, yeah,
it's
definitely.
everything. Like it is just such a fucking. I know you really did not probably like that scene. That's what.
I didn't like it just because there's so much basketball involved. It's like, come on.
But like everything from like not like the whole like, oh my god, are they guys gonna do it? Are they gonna make it? And then the end where it just like
So good.
it's like the kind of like the perfect catharsis of it all.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like fucking. Not even.
That's like, as a viewer, not often does my jaw hit the floor. My jaw hit the floor when that happened. When he.
Yeah.
I was like.
But you're so wrapped up on the rules of, I guess, like, oh, he's not.
You were
gonna,
like, this is how
yeah,
he's
they
gonna
won.
win.
He
yeah,
won.
yeah, and then
Oh,
yeah.
he lost.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, Parasite. We have the parks go on a camping trip and peach poisoning.
I think the park's going. I forget what she says when she comes back. The caretaker who got fired. She's like, I left my, what was it?
I don't remember.
But I don't remember what it was. But
Just that whole
whole
reveal.
thing is
Yeah.
fucking.
Holy shit.
I
That
really
is-
like the peach poisoning sequence.
Really?
That's good too.
It's really solid.
The dad's fucking face when he holds up the napkin with
He's
the taco
like-
sauce on it. Like,
Ooh. Just like the cutting of it, them like rehearsing like
Parasite's so
the
good.
scenes, and then like cutting to like the actual thing. It's like, no, Dad, do it like this, do this. Oh, and then it just cuts to him doing that.
that is really
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's really.
I think
good.
the park's going to
them
camping.
just like slightly like dabbing like that lady with the
Yeah.
peach fuzz.
It's a good like heist scene
It's-
moment
yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah.
But
but what they're stealing is some woman's job.
yeah, and I don't know. I think for me, it's not even a competition for me personally. I think that scene works well because of not only the thing when the movie switches tonally, but I think the scene when they are just like hanging out and
Having
living
fun.
there, like that moment is pretty profound. I think in itself, giving like the whole like. What the whole movie is a commentary on class, and having this moment where they can just be fucking happy and just like pretend, which is like as someone who like again grew up poor, and when I went to my like middle class friend's house and stood the night over, and was just it might as well have been a palace for me when I was a young child. I got that feeling like of like having something that you'll never fucking get. And I thought that moment was pretty profound, and then the switch happens, and that's pretty wild in itself. And I was like, I can't believe this movie's going where it's going. Okay,
I'm thrilled, but wow.
Oh, and not only that, but then that is followed by the storm part. That's
Yes.
followed by where shit literally hits the fan.
Yeah.
And it's just pretty fucking devastating. And then not only that, but it's like the most harsh jump down to fucking reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that moment is fucking phenomenal to me.
I love both moments, but if you guys say that, then I'll go for that. All right, what else do we have? Knives Out, Donut Hole, and Whodunit.
I love the donut hole, but is Whodunit the end? Like
I didn't put that. I assume it was like the final.
That might have been what
final,
I think I might have put
the
it.
final speech, like the Tim Curry ass.
I think-
Here's how it was done.
Yeah.
Donut hole is my favorite part of Knives Out.
To be fair, donut hole is also part of the Whodunit.
See, yeah.
So we can
we can combine.
I know,
that.
yeah, the donut
hole falls
slash-
into.
donut hole / Whodunit.
Who donut it?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Who do not it. There we go. I fixed it in the... We use Excel on this podcast.
Because for some reason, like, there was a part of me that genuinely bought that it was going to have a not swervy ending for some gosh darn reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so once we
it
got
have
to that part, I was fully convinced that this is how it's going to go
Open
down.
and shut, yeah.
Yeah, and then when it didn't, I was so overjoyed.
All right. The Lighthouse. You're fond of Meow Lobster, ain't ye? Or the Big Robert Scram? I love the Big Robert
I put
Scream.
the Big Robert scream because that is my favorite moment of that entire movie. Just
It's so good.
I think you said you were asleep during this part when he goes up into the lighthouse, up into the top part,
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
like
like
hazy.
he like drank the fuel and he opens the
The
thing opens itself honestly
Yeah.
to him, and he like reaches his hand in and touches it, and he just starts like screaming, but the audio gets all dubbed down in a weird way. And the first time I watched it, I remember I had this moment with it because you just hear this like like this low thrum of like, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you realize it's him screaming, but they like made the audio like really crunchy.
It's like he's like destroying the microphone.
It's so
It's
fucking
great.
good.
I
And
love it.
his face, like, it starts out, he has like, it looks like he has blood all over his face. His face is like black, covered in dark liquid, and then it just slowly gets washed out as he gets like enveloped in the light as he's like being burnt alive by this thing, and he's just and he's screaming his fucking lungs out, and it just sounds all garbled and gross, and it's like, holy fuck, dude. That's my favorite part
I
of
don't
that
remember
whole
any of this.
movie.
It's
I
amazing.
have the
I should
movie on my
rewatch
phone.
this.
We're gonna pull up that scene, and I'm gonna show it to you when we're done recording. 'Cause it's so fucking
I
good.
also have the movie on
We
my
will
phone.
both pull it up and show it to you in surround sound. Cause holy fuck.
It's really great. I don't think that movie should be ever experienced in anything but mono sound, though. Isn't it recorded in mono sound?
I think so. I just don't know what mono sound is. Yeah,
Well,
I've
that'd be
I've
one.
heard you mention that. several times.
Mono sound is like audio is like you're recording like the right
Left
and the left,
and right.
or the left and right, but mono is
It's
like
all one
there's
channel.
there's one mic, there's one I guess listening.
So in terms of
apparatus.
that scene, it makes sense because
So
if
there's
it's
no
trying to
like
go
there's no
for the-
like with the right and left there's like dimensions to it.
Yes.
Like you can like move out around with that. It's just like one solid sound and it can be very clippy
No, yeah,
a
that
lot of
makes
times.
sense.
I mean, it makes sense with the rest of the movie being
Yeah.
black and white and being in
Yeah.
the shitty 4x3.
That scene is just so fun.
It is great. But
But the
you
lobster
ponder your
scene
lobster ain't me.
is so iconic.
It is, and it highlights one of the things in that movie that I love the most is the monologues when like they've reached the ends. One of the 8 times they've like reached the ends with each other,
Yeah.
where they're just yelling. It's like the lobster one, and they're like, "I'm so sick of your goddamn thoughts, your god fucking damn your thoughts."
I was gonna shout out just Robert Pattinson's accent in this movie because it's so fucking good. I
It's
love the
so
way he
great.
says "goddamn lighthouse keeper." He's like, "You think you're all high and mighty, you goddamn lighthouse keeper?" So good.
Ain't no captain of your ship, and you never was. It's so good. The Willem Dafoe like Neptunian like sea curse.
Hark!
Oh, fucking robbed.
I'm so pissed.
I am pissed. Like Robert also deserved a nomination, but I feel.
Come on.
But come on.
You nominated him for fucking At Eternity's Gate. No one fucking watched
Yeah,
that
yeah.
except me. And it was great. And he should have won. But still.
Hey, we got best cinematography, so that's something. But yeah, I am personally
Is
thinking,
it the Scream?
I'm thinking Scream right now.
That's so
Carrie has sold me because I love that moment so
Right.
much as well.
But the lobster moment is the most quotable moment.
It is. You can't really quote a garbled, like, chipping,
No.
like, audio disrupting
just-
scream.
I think if I show you that scene, and if you like it as much as Ryan and I like it, then you'll be like, okay, I think The Lighthouse did deserve to win the awards that it has won so far.
It's similar. I've seen it, like, shown similar to the end part of The Witch, where she's, like, laughing as well.
I can see that, yeah.
Although it's a different kind of laugh. Different vibes.
Very-
Different vibes, you know.
But yeah.
Is that all the ones we have two of?
That is all the ones we have two of.
Yeah.
So let's see what the list is now. We have the final bet, Uncut Gems, The Parks Go on a Camping Trip, Parasite, Pas de Deux from us, Who Done It, and Knives Out. Who Donut It, Knives Out, Jennifer Lopez Dance and Hustlers, Jack and Danny at the Bar, Dr. Sleep, Angel of the Morning in Chapter 2, Feely Mealy Payoff, and Annabelle Comes Home, Big Robert Scream from The Lighthouse, Mads Teaching Children, Polar, Songwriter Scene Under the Silver Lake, I Wish You Were Dead from Marriage Story, Is That Cardi B? With the discussions we've had now, I feel comfortable taking off Hustler's dance scene with Jennifer Lopez. It's a fantastic moment.
It's real good.
It's real good, but we can cut it now.
Which one should we move on to now?
I think...
I don't think Cardi B is gonna make top three.
I don't remember this moment.
It's
when they're in their teacher, the principal's cab,
Lyft driver,
and they're watching porn.
Oh,
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you listen to music? I can plug it in up here." They're like, "No."
And then they're all panicking.
That was a good moment.
He's like, "Is that Cardi B?"
It's a really good moment. That's really good.
Oh, I didn't put the fucking... We can spiritually add and remove the part where I had never felt more seen. Booksmart when the pizza guy was like, 2 half sausage and half cheese pizzas is just 1 sausage and 1 cheese pizza. I think that's the biggest rise any film has gotten out of me in 2019. So I'm just like, yes!
Carrie, when we were driving home, you went off about that scene like most of the ride home and gave several personal examples.
It's so annoying.
I can imagine.
Pizza story. One time, a lady ordered that, and I was like, well, if you want, it might be easier. I can do 1 cheese and 1 sausage. I don't remember exactly what she got, but I could do 1 cheese and 1 sausage pizza, and it would have been cheaper. I was trying to help this woman, and she's like, no, they're going to different places, actually. And I was like, all right, I'm never doing that again.
All right, Karen, shut up.
It was so annoying. I was trying to help, but whatever, bitch. But yeah, no, the pizza scene was very important to me.
Maybe Big Smart, Good Smart is a good movie.
I forgot.
Big Smart?
I should rewatch. There's a lot of movies George needs to rewatch. Maybe he'll like them more.
Booksmart's on Hulu, so it's easily watchable if you have Hulu.
And Ryan has the Blu-ray.
I also have the Blu-ray and it on digital.
I have the I think I bought it. Yeah.
Let's say you did.
Can we take off Man's Teach Children now?
Yes. Yeah, totally.
I guess it's a podcast for liars then.
I wish Mass was in some... He was in that and Arctic last year.
Death Stranding.
Well, and we'll talk about that in a later category, perhaps.
I'm like a cliff, an obstacle.
No, but he didn't have a lot of stuff, so I just wanted to shout out Mads Mikkelsen because, like I've said several times, I am in love with that man.
He's a little too handsome. I'll give you that.
He's
pretty good.
Damn handsome.
Feely Mealy Payoff is great.
Oh, so
because it's just, I don't know, there's just so many. I think this was the movie where they had the time and the concept to hang out in the Warrens' home and just fuck around with all this stuff. And I don't think they fully lived up to that potential, but the Feely Mealy thing was the most... I hate that you guys do these spin-offs, but I'd fucking watch a spin-off of this goddamn box.
It's the first, well-executed set-up scare in an Annabelle movie.
Yes. Is the most... And The Conjuring does that very well.
Yeah.
So this was, again, Annabelle Comes Home, for me, was the most closest these spin-offs have been, even remotely, to what the source material. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, I felt like that's where that was going, so I'm sorry.
Let's talk about Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
I just watched this the other day because it came out and it wasn't available to rent yet, but I still paid full price anyway because I am a clown and I wanted to watch it again real bad.
Oh, did you buy the digital version then? Okay.
I will be buying it on Blu-ray as well. But this scene is my favorite scene of the whole movie. I'm going to spoil it slightly for you, George, just to explain it, but I think you'll still enjoy it.
Sounds pretty straightforward from what you're explaining.
Well, yeah, it's the title. They're back at
towards
the
end of the almost 3-hour movie.
They're at the Overlook.
As watching it again, damn, that movie feels long. Yeah. But it's still good though. I still love it. But Danny is walking the halls of the Overlook, and then he ends up in the Gold Bar, and you're like, oh yeah, Lloyd's gonna be here, cool. And he sits down, and you see a whiskey glass come in and be like, can I pour you something, blah, blah, blah. And then it cuts up, and you see it from the side, and it's Jack Torrance. Like, it's not Jack Nicholson. It's a guy who just kind of looks like Jack Nicholson, but he's got, like, the same hair. And it's just Jack and Danny talking to each other, and Jack Torrance is doing the whole bit of, you must have me confused with someone else. I'm just here. And it's just, I just really enjoyed that moment of expanding the Shining lore that Jack's spirit is now at the Overlook as the bartender. Because I'm like, that's fucking perfect. I love it. And the fucking conversation that they have where Danny talks, when he was younger, he would see death flies on people who were about to die. This was like the most horrifying part of the movie, and it's just him describing something. And he talks about how he would see, they go into it in the book a little bit too, like how he would start to see flies populate on people's faces if they were about to die. Like the more flies, the closer they were to being dead. And he was talking about his mom and how when she was really close to dying, her face was just covered in flies and he couldn't look at her anymore. And I was like, oh my god. So I just really like that. I think that's the most effective moment in the whole movie.
It's probably my favorite moment in the movie too.
It's
so good. It's like that movie, it's not, the scariest thing in the world. But that moment, even though it's just a conversation, is like frightening.
It's tense as fuck.
Just because, like, even though it's not Jack Nicholson, you know the relationship between these characters, and like what Danny is trying to say, and it's just this frustrating thing of, he's trying to like have this like one-on-one with his father who he lost at a very young age, and he's this delusioned ghost demon thing now, and it's just great.
And also all of Dr. Sleep is just Danny struggling with the fact that he is starting to walk the same footsteps his father walked, and like how he's struggling as being an alcoholic too. And he keeps finding himself in similar situations, and then he's finally confronted with his dad, and it's like, fabulous. Very, very good. I think that moment elevates the movie.
Oh, it does.
A lot.
It does. I know a lot of people...
Because without that moment, the movie is, like, very goofy and overlong, kind of dumb. But I still love it.
I know I saw people, like, complain that they didn't do, like, a CGI young Jack Nicholson.
Suck ass.
That would look weird.
Like, it's not gonna be... Like,
Did Jack Nicholson, retire?
He retired, and he was gonna come out of retirement to do the American remake of that German movie... Tony Erdmann or whatever that came out a few years ago, but I don't know if that's still happening. I just remember hearing about that. But no, like, no matter which way you fucking boil it, it's just people reenacting The Shining, and so, like, if that bothers you, it's gonna bother you.
Yeah.
But I think it was done lovingly and, like, really effectively.
It was, yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It was, I feel like nowadays, especially in, like, these... sequels or follow-ups to, like, these older movies, there is this idea, like, we can just CGI the stuff that people know well. And, like, you certainly can do that.
You certainly can.
But sometimes it looks weird, and I think you need to understand that the audiences are smart enough to know if a character is the same character just because they don't look exactly the same.
It's not literally him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, without a doubt,
Sounds
my favorite
good.
moment of that movie. Do you think it tops 3 though?
As a collective, probably not. But that moment is just really damn good.
It sounds very good. I Wish You Were Dead. It's good. It did not wash me over.
Really?
I think
that fight in general, I feel like is because, like, the entire movie, they have these arguments and they keep getting cut off, like, because of, like, communication issues. That's the first fight they really have where they're basically trapped together and they have to confront each other and they can't have other people do it for them. And is this big let out of all these things that they're feeling just, like, all at once. And they're just getting everything out there. And it's so wonderfully executed and great. How he just yells that, I wish you were dead, and he just immediately just crumbles to the floor and starts crying, and Scarlett Johansson still comforts
like a little
him.
Baby.
Like a big, tall baby.
Like a big, giant-handed, stupid baby.
So broad.
To be fair, he is a big baby.
He's a big baby.
He's great. I love that movie so much.
It's a good movie. I like it a lot. I'm just saying that, like, by that point, I don't know.
You were like, I get it.
No, not even that.
I get it. Marriage is hard.
If anything, it was just like, man, marriage, like, divorce is terrible. But it's made to protect people who are like would be in worse situations. I get it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I thought it was great, and I think it was finally good to have. Like, I wanted them to finally hash it out because I was like, what is it that's actually biting at you guys? Like, what is it? Like, come on, like, let's see it. So I was happy to get that, and once that was all out on the table, even before things got so escalated, I was like, there's no going back for you guys, and I don't think you guys maybe liked each other a lot, but I think Adam Driver here is a bad guy.
At the end of the day, they definitely
a bad husband, man.
No.
But that's how I felt. He felt like a baby to me.
Big tall baby. I don't know. I feel like at the end, they still definitely had a love for each other.
Definitely. Yeah. But it's like there's definitely something.
It definitely was that like those things bring out the worst in people. And that's what it's trying to show.
Also, honestly, really, like, you guys should have talked to each other more.
Yeah,
that's really the whole thing. I was like, you guys just should have communicated better.
Relationships are a lot better when you communicate.
Yeah, that's what I was like. You guys should have just talked more.
That doesn't make any sense.
They should do what I want. I'm Adam Driver. Anyways, I will cut that.
We don't have to if you feel strongly about it.
I like it a lot, but there's a lot of stuff that's
okay.
Good.
Cool.
Let's talk about the songwriter scene. This is one of my personal favorite moments of the year. I'll set it up a bit for Jurge since he hasn't seen it. What's his fucking name? Andrew Garfield's character is this like slimy guy who really he like values a lot of pop culture in a kind of shallow way. Like he has a fucking Nirvana poster and he's like, it's signed by it was like fucking Kurt Cobain's cousin or something, like somewhat. He's like, it's signed by them, and it was like a big deal to him, even though it's like kind of insignificant. But all of the clues that he's following leads him to this house of this old ass man who's at a piano, and he walks in and there's all this memorabilia everywhere, and he's like, oh my god, is that Kurt Cobain's guitar, blah blah blah, and the guy's like, I don't know, probably, I have so much stuff. And then as the scene progresses, the old man like reveals that he has written every popular song like ever. And so that all genres, there's no like rebellion in it, and anything that Andrew Garfield felt from these songs were all nothing. He just made it all up, and
all these like all this like pop culture like movements were all just his idea.
Yeah, they were all
nothing
fake.
was brought out like generally. It was just like, I feel like doing this now.
Yeah, so he like, because he like starts playing the fucking the Smells Like Teen Spirit on the piano, and the way Andrew Garfield's face just falls like, no, it's so funny. And then eventually the tension in that scene builds. And the old man is just like torturing Andrew Garfield with this knowledge of how he writes the melodies and puts secret codes in them and sells them off to record companies, and how there's no meaning in any of it. And then Andrew Garfield just picks up the guitar and the guy starts shooting at him.
Oh, yeah,
Andrew Garfield picks up the guitar, runs at him, and just smashes his head the fuck in. It's shot so awesomely. It's just a big head crunch, and it's so awesome. I don't think it hangs on this list by any means, but that moment is so effective. It's so funny.
It's really great.
It's so good.
Yeah, man. I need to rewatch that. Maybe just that one scene.
I have the DVD.
No.
So I think
it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's true.
I think it's also on Canopy. Yeah. I think. So can we lock the Parks Go on a camping trip from Parasite?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's a lock. I don't know if we want someone who I'll move it up around here and on a different category, the lock zone.
Lock zone.
But yeah. Is Pas de Deux one of our three?
I like it. I don't feel particularly passionate about the movie itself.
I feel like I love all of these moments so much, but I feel I feel like we should, on principle, probably cut Angel of the Morning first.
I guess, yeah. Like,
I love that scene. It's so fucking funny. Like, I just started collecting audience reactions to that. Most people were confused. A lot of people laughed. One night there was a smattering of applause. So I think it's a great moment. And it's just the most fucking weird ass, why the fuck did you do that ass moment, and it means a lot to me. It's very silly, but it's not as strong as any of these other moments, and I can admit that.
so if I had my way, or how I feel about this,
Okay.
it would be Who Donut It from Knives Out, Parasite moment.
And I bet the final bet.
I could go final bet, or if the passion is really that high for this lighthouse scene,
Ooh,
I
yeah,
can see
is.
it go there as well. But then, it's I don't.
In
yeah.
my ideal world,
Uh-huh.
since Parks is a lock, I would say also my two picks would be Who Donut It from Knives Out and the Big Robert scream.
That is also that's exactly what I'm feeling too.
Because I love Pas de Deux. I love that so much. And the song, I listen to that song so fucking much. That was near the top on my Spotify end of the year. Here's all the songs you listen to. And it's easily the best part of that movie. But, well, for me anyway, I guess. But
It doesn't hang,
No,
unfortunately.
probably not.
That's a shame. All right, so I will, as someone who, didn't... The final bet in Uncut Gems, I can say objectively it's very good. Being a lot about basketball, a sport that I know so little about, that was just lost on me, and it took a little bit out of it for me, so I don't have the passion for it. I know you two are very high on those gems.
It's very good, but it's not like, for me, it's like there's so much of that movie that
yeah.
I can
memeable movie. I would definitely say
Yeah.
top 3.
Or Joker.
No, Uncut Gems. I'd rather say Uncut Gems.
I can see. I think we can go Big Robert scream and Who Donut It. Honestly,
Okay.
I feel good about that. Again, I love Uncut Gems, but
Uncut Gems is so good.
yeah.
All right. So who is the
I
winner of
think
Who
Parasite
Donut
wins
It?
this.
Big Robert scream.
The Who Donut It is very good. It's
I-
very good, but
It's
it doesn't
so
have,
good, but it's like that. The fucking scene in Parasite is
It's great.
very
It's just
impactful.
fantastic. It is just,
and it's a lot of layers.
I was
A lot
just
of
going to
things are
say,
happening.
and for some reason, I was going to say it is like the best moment of the year without the context of me realizing, no, that's what we're deciding. But like, again, that's my knee-jerk reaction. Like, that was the most I've been struck by a moment in a movie this year. Like, for me, that was last year's with Hereditary in the fucking, like, that was the moment where I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
As
Yeah.
much as
It's-
I'd love to give the Lighthouse another award.
Give me every award.
It's already 3 winners.
yeah. But yeah, the part
Almost like it's a fabulous, flawless film.
But yeah, the Parks Gone Cayman trip is a fantastic moment.
Very good.
So I
I support
very happy
this.
with that.
Okay, cool. Well, that is our best moment category, and with that is all of day 1 stuff. Let's go back to the beginning of this dang thing. Best style, runners up, Rocketman and Promare, with the winner being the Lighthouse. I forgot that Promare made it on there. Promare's all right. Best horror movie, the Lighthouse.
Woo!
Dr. Sleep and Us are runners up. In our best old movies of 2019, Carrie's was The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover, and Exorcist 3. Is it Heretic? No, that's 2.
No, that's 2.
My bad. I think about 2 more.
I
than
haven't
think of
seen
3
that
stars.
one yet, but I also own
that is
one.
a thing.
It's that's the thing though. Depending on who I ask, they're either like, "Do not watch that," or they're like, "Fuck, that's garbage. You have to watch
It's
it."
a fucking thing, man. My picks were Mindgame and Under the Skin. Ryan's was all about Lily Chou-Chou and the end of Evangelion. Our most disappointing movies was Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark as runners-up, with our winner being Midsommar. Midsommar. And standout moment was the Parks Go on a Camping Trip from Parasite, with runners-up being Who Done It from Knives Out and Big Robert Scream from The Lighthouse.
Good shit.
That's day 1.
That's a great. I'm really happy with that.
I like that too. I can appreciate the passion for the Lighthouse, even though I don't remember anything about this moment. Probably because I was zoinked out by that point. I was like, I'm not. That was day one. Thank you so much for listening, folks. We got a whole day of deliberation left, where we will decide our 10 movies of the year ranked. Boy, howdy, I am scared. We're not.
I am too.
I am scared.
I'm excited for the Lighthouse to win again, baby.
No.
No?
George is
No.
putting his foot down. Paddington 2.
I would prefer that.
I mean, Paddington's way better than the Lighthouse.
They were showing that at the fucking Dundee.
Oh.
I was just driving and I saw in the fucking bright fucking lights Paddington 2. And I was like, God damn it.
Ryan, you want to head out and go see Paddington 2?
Why isn't Paddington 2 a Criterion movie yet?
It's like inevitable. Honestly, it's inevitable.
Like honestly?
Hello?
Anyways, that's day one. Thank you so much for listening. Each of us here have our personal ranked lists of every movie we saw on Letterboxd. If you want to compare, Ryan, where can people find you on
My
Letterboxd?
Letterboxd is Film Piece.
And at Mr. Pip Official on Twitter.com.
Yes, the official Mr. Pip.
Karrie, your list.
My letterbox is just my first name, Karrie, Karrie. Should
Nice
be able
branding.
to find me there. Thank you. And on Twitter, I am at KAR_E Lyles, LYLES.
Not as good, but you know, we gotta work what we have.
that one was just more of an inside joke, and now I'm unwilling to change it.
You can find me at jcruzalvarez26. I believe that's what I'm at Letterboxd. That sounds right. At jcruzalvarez26 on twitter.com. If you enjoyed our deliberations, please share them with folks, or let us know if you disagree. But until the next time, we will continue to discuss and debate the movies of 2019. Until then, take care.